16 letters from Box with 18 goals is Lucas Riddick. The under 14 leading goalkeeper from Wanderers is Mark White. Mark with 30 goals this season. Under 14's Luke Bat leading goalkeeper with 33 goals from Tracy Village is Patrick Grace Long. Under 18 girls with 63 goals from St Mary's is Danielle Ponce. And under 15 youth girls from Wanderers with 64 goals is Talia Jeffrey. And the TIO NTFL MVP award goes to Southern District's Willie Farah. Unfortunately, Willie is unable to be with us today. He's playing tonight against St Mary's. Thanks guys, congratulations, and we look forward to watching the women's grand final. As the NTFL season draws to a close, the NT Thunder season will commence in 3 weeks' time. The Thunder will play at home at 30 p.m. against the Gold Coast Suns Reserve. You can get your membership online at ntfunder.com.au. Our membership packs start at $50. World's Greatest Shade is happening from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. today on the concourse to cut or colour your hair. $5 for a colour or $20 for a shave. The 2016 Thunder Juniors commences throughout the top end soon. Visit www.thunderjuniors.afl.com.au for more information or sign up next Saturday on TIO NTFL Grand Final Day.
Hello and a big welcome to TIO Stadium in Darwin for the Women's Grand Final today. What a game in front of us. Waratah to take on Wanderers, and history to be made here today. The Warriors, so many Grand Finals already, and the Eagles trying to get their very, very first. Jared Eilert joins me. Jared, we just got excited about this game, but we've been excited for a long time, haven't we?
Yeah, absolutely, and great build-up today with the Under-18 Grand Final playing as the curtain raiser. But the two best teams all year in the women's football seniors competition. Expecting Waratah to be the hot favourites, but there's a bit of X factor about Wanderers today.
Well, we should mention that the last time these two teams played, Tars were up by 4 goals at three-quarter time, and they had to withstand a magnificent comeback by the Eagles to fail by a goal, Wanderers. So they've got much to prove today, the blue and gold.
Yeah, absolutely, and they'll be looking to keep players like Lauren Motlott, Sophia Malboy, and Crystal Rivers up forward. So, like I said, they've got a bit of X factor, but Waratahs are well drilled in Angela Foley and Abby Holmes and Lisa Roberts as well.
Well, it's the Women's Grand Final, not that far away. Yes, it is. It's not that far away, this Grand Final. We've been waiting for it for some time. It's about to unfold in front of us. About 3.5 hours from now, we should just about know who's going to win the 2015-2016 NTFL Women's Grand Final. Terrific match in front of us, and we can tell you that under-18 women's match, the first ever under-18 women's match, came to a conclusion just a short time ago, and the Darwin Buffettes make history by being the first team to win an under-18 women's Grand Final in the NTFL. 8-8, they beat St Mary's 6-6. It was a pretty good game, was even 2 in the last quarter, but a great win to the Darwin Buffettes there. Jared Eilert joins me in commentary. Jared, they're getting ready there, the Tars team, to come out. Wanderers at the other end of the ground. We'll get down to Natasha Medbury in just a moment. But it's good to have you with us as usual. And we've got a special guest joining us as well.
Yes, we do, Charlie. Great to be here and great to see the Waratahs Footy Club get the banner out and get the young girls involved on this special day for both clubs. But we do have a special guest. Actually, we've got special guests. But I'll start with it by introducing Melissa Hickey from the Melbourne Football Club, who's come up to experience some of the great build-up weather that we have in Darwin at the moment. But she's 31 years of age. She's been playing footy for 7 years. She's been playing footy for Melbourne for 4 years. She's a centre-half back, right foot. Favourite player is Joel Selwood. And because of that fact, she goes for Geelong, but she obviously has to have a soft spot for Melbourne Football Club as well. Welcome, Melissa.
Thank you so much for having me.
How have you enjoyed your time in Darwin?
Yeah, it's been great. We've been having the full Darwin experience. We got to swim with the croc yesterday and had a bit of a run around and a bit of a sweat yesterday as well. So yeah, getting the full experience.
This is nothing new for you, a footy match, for sure. You played plenty of them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've been lucky enough playing with Darebin Falcons in our local comp in Victoria to win the last 3 in a row. So we're just about to start our season. We're about a month out now from the start of our first round. So yeah.
And just bring us up to date then in this whole idea of a national competition, much excitement in other parts of the territory. You're closer to other parts of Australia. You're closer to it than we are, of course.
Yeah.
How's it been treated in Melbourne?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've never seen so much women's footy in the local in the Herald Sun and the Age and in the papers down there. It's there's a real buzz around it, and obviously I still don't know a lot of information about what's happening, but they're talking about 6 or 8 teams next year nationally, and 4 of those being based in Victoria. So yeah, it's a brilliant time to be involved.
We're just seeing the umpires make their way out onto the field, and good to see Cheryl Smode out there. Of course, she's been around for a long time, so she's in charge of this grand final today. Good news for women's umpires as well, Jared.
Absolutely, and I actually attended did the march, the International Women's Day march this morning too, Charlie. So it's great to see that we've had the under-15 grand final youth girls, we had the under-18 youth women's, and now the senior grand final is just before us.
So Wanderers getting ready off to our left. Down in front of us, we can see the sign there. One team, one dream. That's nice. Go Tars with the Warrior in the middle. So the story for Waratahs, of course, they have won the last 4 grand finals. They're going for 5 in a row, but in fact they've already won 5, but they're going for 5 in a row. That's extraordinary.
It's unbelievable, and correct me if I'm wrong, Charlie. I know St Mary's have done it. I don't know how many other men's football teams have done it at a senior level, so it's a remarkable achievement. And They're just such a well sort of drilled, very experienced, very fit women's outfit, and they've certainly led the competition over the last not only 5 years, but I reckon almost a decade.
An air of anticipation hangs over the Waratah Stadium here at the TIO Stadium in Darwin on a glorious day for footy. There's some clouds in the distance. I don't know if we'll get any rain, but you can just about bet we'll get some at some point during the day. But the humidity very, very high as the younger players line up in a guard of honour to welcome these two women's teams out here on the ground. Let me talk about Colleen Gwynn for a second. Here they come. Out onto the ground, the Warriors led out by Lisa Roberts, number 13. She's a mighty player, and number 7 there with Abby Holmes, the first female in the territory to kick 100 goals. They're a pretty formidable outfit, the Red and Whites.
They absolutely are, and I'll get Melissa to have a think about if what she knows about territory football. What does territory football mean to the people or the industry in Melbourne? But you mentioned Abby Holmes, you mentioned Angela Foley, Lisa Roberts, 3 key players for Waratahs that will influence the game if they're going to be successful.
Yeah, I guess I've heard a lot about a lot of these bigger players that are expected to put it on today. So I'm really keen to sort of see the style of play, and obviously with the Indigenous players, there's obviously that style of football as well. So yeah, it's been great to watch it with the under 15s and under 18s already today. So
7,000 women registered to play football in the territory, which is extraordinary. I'm not sure where they've all come from or which sports have actually been poached. But what's happened in Melbourne? Has there been an explosion of women wanting to play sport? And where are they actually coming from?
Yeah, well, they're saying nationally it's the fastest growing game in the country at the moment. So we've got sort of 5 divisions, nearly 6 I think this year in our senior women's comp, which is just phenomenal in terms of the numbers. So I think I know I started football a bit late. I came from netball, so I think games like basketball and netball lend quite well to footy in terms of the athleticism and I guess that in-tight reading of play.
I'm glad you say that, because I've always thought that netball is a close cousin to this game. I mean, the skills you learn there, I mean, you don't kick it obviously, but the control of the ball, reading which position to run into, the way you have to, man up on someone, and we keep saying man up because we don't have another way of saying it. But you've got to position up on someone else.
I think the girls have a unique experience here. Obviously, they play their main comp over the summer, and they can probably still play their netball in the winter.
So the Eagles out there. Can you read that sign, Jared? What's it say? The Sisterhood. Is it the Sisterhood Go Eagles or something?
Correct.
Is that what it says?
It does, Charlie.
Now I went down and watched both these teams train during the week, and wow, I tell you what, they're so focused. You're having a discussion with them, and their eyes are like shark's eyes. They're somewhere else, They're not even looking at you, So and this Wanderers group here was so focused on their training night the other night when I was down there. And they deliberately set up their training at an oval that has a little playground next to it, so the mums can put the kids in the play and watch them while they're training, instead of having it somewhere else. What have you got for us, Jared?
So yeah, we've obviously got Natasha Medbury on the boundary line, and with a special guest with her as well, Katie Brennan from the Western Bulldogs. But we'll go to her in a sec. We see Wanderers Football Club just bars their way through the banner.
What was that made of?
Too much sticky tape on that one.
Oh my goodness!
But I think whoever was holding it wasn't holding it.
Let's see if we can get
strong enough.
Let's see if we can get to Tasha down there on the boundary line. See if she's tuned in with us. Tasha, we're with you.
Hey Charlie, I've got Katie Brennan down here from the Western Bulldogs. How are you finding the heat up here at the moment?
It is very hot. I think I'm just sitting here sweating. There's beads falling off my nose, but it's great. It's really great to be here and really enjoying today.
And the game before, you watched the under-18s girls. The Buffets took it out. The quality of the footy was pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. Just so hard at it. Just amazing skills as well. They're really improving, and also just the brand of footy. So it's really great to see the improvement here, and they are really tough at the football. There's some great big hits out there and some really good tackles as well. So yeah, fantastic.
And you're only 23, but how many years have you been playing now?
I've been playing for 16 years.
So you pretty much started in the Oz kick.
I did, yeah, and up through the boys and then moving over to the youth girls. So, it's amazing. We were just having a chat about how much women's footy has grown, and, it's just amazing to be out here and to watch these girls today.
And who's your tip today?
Well, I've heard some really good things about the Waratahs, so I think I'll jump on them for today's game. But yeah, I think it'll be a great game and a great contest, and hopefully it can go right to the dot as well.
We really appreciate you coming up as well with Mel. I mean, it really showcases football up here, and let's hope it's a good game for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Go Tars.
Thanks, Charlie. I'm going to stick with the Waratahs as well. I really hope that Wanderers can get over the line, but I think that the elite girls in the Waratahs are just too strong.
Good on you, Tash. Thanks for that. Tash Medbury on the boundary line. Good to have Katie Brennan here. And, of course, we've seen the Western Bulldogs play footy here many times, as we have with Melbourne. And just clear up, too, the issue about the Melbourne Demons and the agreement with the Melbourne Demons. Today's press saying that that's not signed off and sealed. Apparently, that's not true. It looks as though that's going to be signed off, and we will see Melbourne continue to play here. Now, look, I can tell you down there, just for you, Melissa, the lady in the blue dress, who our camera can't pick up, she's standing there. That's Natasha Griggs. She's the member for Solomon. She walked out there and spent 5 minutes, Jared, you're going to like this, she spent 5 minutes out there with the coach teaching her how to toss the coin. She's actually tossed. She had about 10 goes at it until they were all happy.
She's a perfectionist, Charlie. But no, she's done it many times before. That's a good one, though.
Now big moment's going to happen here for your information, Melissa. These two teams are coming together, and they'll stand in front of us here. They'll form a line. And what they will do is link their arms together. You'll see the sign on the other side of the ground there with no more written on it. And sporting clubs in the territory do this often. They'll link their arms to make this really strong and symbolic statement that they stand up and say no more to family violence. So that's what you're about to see them do, and you can see them actually doing that down there now. There'll be an announcement read out from down on the ground. The Eagles are lining up. And the men will do this in the grand final next week.
It's very powerful.
And it's a great statement, isn't it? It's a symbolic, strong statement, I think, that we're all linked together to make an effort to stop family violence in this country.
That's one of the things I love about women's footy, Charlie, and women's sport in particular. But I guess the boom that we've had and the growth that we've had in the football space, it just really shows and highlights having women play football and the respect that men see them play the same sport as, I guess, what they have traditionally. It puts them right up there, and I think that's a really strong opportunity for everyone to see women in this light, and they go just as hard as the men when it comes to the competitive side of sport. And I'd love to get Melissa's thoughts on that side of things later.
Last year was a blowout. The team that made it in Tracy Village, it was their first year in the competition, which is really good.
No matter where or who they are. When these players went on today, they're breaking awareness about the issue and sending a strong message to everyone. Today, we can run like a couple of and most of the clock and turn the stand against family violence. Sign up to show your support at nomore.org.au.
So that statement there, referring to the fact that 80 women have lost their lives last year at the hands of family violence, and we all say no more to family violence. Now, Nolene Trini, without accompaniment, is going to sing the national anthem, and what she did on radio this morning is remind everybody of the words for the second verse.
Yes.
we're hoping that people
Don't ask me.
because they will sing.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth of toil, our home is served by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strings then let us sing, advance Australia fair. Beneath the radiant Southern Cross we'll toil with hearts and hands to make this commonwealth of ours renowned of all the lands. For those who come across with boundless plains to share, with courage let us all combine to advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
So the formalities come to an end, and it's time to get down to business. They'll go to their huddles. They'll make a last commitment to each other. They'll toss the coin. How well did she rehearse? What will she show us? Nothing wrong with that.
Perfect.
Tars have won it. So they're kicking off to the left of screen. Lisa Roberts there, number 13. Back they go to their huddles. Natasha Griggs, the member for Solomon, leaves the arena.
Charlie, you can see the flags in the background. Seems to be a bit of a breeze pushing to the airport end. I wonder if Natasha on ground level can give us a bit of a feedback to what the conditions are like.
Yeah, there is just let the siren go there. There is a bit of a breeze favouring the airport end, probably about 2 goals in it. I think Waratahs are kicking that. No, they're not. That's Wanderers' way. So let's hope Wanderers can get on top early.
Okay. Now, how important is it to get an early start and kick some goals earlier on? You've been there many times, Melissa.
Yeah, I think because of everyone's nerves, I mean, it's great to get a good start so that everyone sort of settles into the game and obviously, yeah, those nerves can settle away.
So much on the line. It's a simple game, though. You get the footy and you give it to your teammate. That's what you do, don't you, Jared?
Oh, if you can get an early touch, Charlie, if you can get an early shepherd or bump or tackle or just to get your head in the game,
And Abby Holmes is starting in the middle there.
She is too. Good pickup. Actually, I heard that through the week that obviously she's kicked 100 goals in the competition going back a few years, but she's been more valuable to the team playing through the midfield, so good pickup.
Well, they lost the lady that was going to be the full forward, and she got an injury earlier on. Alex Billiter, she was out there taking some photos a short time ago, so she's extremely disappointed. But she was holding down the full forward spot and kicked a lot of goals earlier on, but then came up with that injury. Not that far away now. The umpire's going to hold it aloft, and that's exactly what they do now. This is a 2015-2016 NTFL Women's Grand Final is underway here at the TIO Stadium, and they win the first ball out of the middle of the Eagles. There's Becky Taylor, got the handball away. Wanderers with the run here. Oh, that's a terrific handball across. Gets to Baiting. Baiting sends it inside 50. Whistle goes. No, it doesn't. Kick off the ground. Chance here for Waratahs. Can they get their hands on it? Ball out in front towards the boundary line. The Eagles up and meaning some business here. Hard run towards the ball. Going to ground there was Gabrielle King. Umpire says it's all okay. Handball good. Bounce through Foley, brings it back. Bouncing ball, sets it up for Palmer. Palmer didn't get it. Grabbed by Lisa Roberts. Goes to the middle. 1-on-2 here for the Eagles. Ball hits the ground. Tars get to it first. This is O'Shea. She's lost it. Turnover. Barber with the kick inside 50. Eagles a chance. Eagles in space. Go in towards an open goal. Bang away a goal and kick it. They've got the first one. They've got the goal that they needed. They said they'd kick it, and they got it. It was Boyd that got the goal.
Calista Boyd, geez, the Eagles were on point from the very start. The clean hands, the clean pickup, just attacking the football. And what I really liked about that passage of play was number 1 for Wanderers, Gabrielle King, not afraid to get her body in against a player that was 3-4 times bigger than her.
Yeah, it's so hard to defend when you're linking up with hands like that so quick.
So limit the handballs. You don't want too many of them.
No, it's good. It's hard to defend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hard to shut it down.
Especially when your skills are up from the first second of the game.
Good work, the Eagles. And Tars did get across that centre line a bit, but only to see the Eagles send it back. So doing the ruck work there for the Eagles was Chevalier. Becky Taylor provides the shepherd. Kick off the ground is in danger, and Tars are going to draw a free kick here in the middle of the ground.
There's 2 clearances though for Wanderers. So worrying signs for Waratahs in the midfield.
Hutchinson goes out to the right. Good look. That's a good kick. Plenty on it too. Gets it out towards the wing. Mark almost taken out there by that's Marion Owen, or Morton Owen rather. Turnover. Umpire says it's going to be a Waratah free kick. So they're working it down in towards their forward line. So they'd like the answering goal, wouldn't they? Ball in the hands here of Angela Foley. Was terrific last year, wasn't she?
She's got some early touches too, so that's good for her confidence.
Wanderers with plenty of numbers back there. The brilliant Lauren Motlop, number 6. Keep an eye out at her for the Eagles. They come from their half-back line out towards the wing. The kick's a good one. Bouncing ball out on the wing. And the Morris Rioli stand. The handball's good. It was a late tackle there on Davin. Umpire says it's okay. They will run away the Eagles. Here's Thompson. Thompson fires it inside 50. Ball gets on the ground. Johnson with the clean up. Johnson did well. Gave it off to Smith. Smith lines up. Bangs away at goal. Misses out to the right. Minor score. Gee, the transference from the back pocket, Melissa, up to the forward line for the Eagles was pretty good stuff.
Yeah, that was lightning, wasn't it?
This, how do you say that, Charlie? Desatage?
Yeah,
number 12 for Wanderers. But her pickup, clean pickup, and that's what you want in your any team. You can pick the ball up the first time. It gives you more time and space to make a decision, execute properly.
I think it's Desarch actually. So the ball is on the ground, had her hands on it, did Desarch, and she's going to get the free kick. So she'll kick from outside 50. Too far out to score. She needs someone to run into that hole in the middle there, doesn't she? Eagles are leaving it open. David Toddam, the coach of the Wanderers team. Oh, they've got players at the back. Just a little bit of talking needed there. It wasn't there. The hurried kick comes out. Wanderers on the charge, trying to pick up the ball down there was Barber. Didn't get it. Still there a chance. Wanderers just plenty going for them. Johnson lines up and kicks and misses out to the right.
Plenty of scoring opportunities, and that's the advantage, I think, of going with the breeze. It's so hard for the opposition. If they got to try and work the ball up into the breeze, they're going to have to get 2 or 3 extra kicks to get into their forward line.
Kick out towards the 50-metre line. Eagles with plenty of players at ground level. Ball stuck in. The umpire's going to come in and ball it up. What have you made the first couple of minutes, Melissa?
Yeah, well, the Wanderers are really attacking well, aren't they?
Tash, anything from you down there?
Yeah, how are you finding the start of the game so far?
Yeah, Wanderers actually have started really well. I think if they keep their momentum going and get a quick goal, a few more goals on the board, they're going to be hard to stop in this first quarter.
Hutchinson in front position. Took the mark and got interfered with, but going to get the free kick to bring this out. In fact, this is Palmer. Side defensive 50.
Go, Jay.
High kick, little push out. Umpire says it's all okay. Now, Tars have the numbers here. Good handball there by Emma Clee. She's a player that's come across from netball. I must tell you, Melissa, was a good netball player for the Territory. Kick to the middle of the ground, waiting for it, Harper. Wanderers come in hard. Good numbers. They've turned it over. Good work there. This is Puruntuta Mary from the Tiwi Islands. Kicks it down towards the 50-metre line. Out they come in defence there. That's Telford. He'll play fullback now. She's come a long way up, and that's left Tars loose back down there. It can go back into the hands here of Lorenzo. Lorenzo goes for goal, and I reckon she's got it. Gee, that's a good goal. Amy Lorenzo kicks the goal. They get the answering one, the Warriors.
That is a brilliant snap. Not too many guys can do that, but come back to the contest before. Amy Chittick was strong. She didn't go to ground. She had 2 to beat. She won the free kick. Because the Wanderers' defence came up the ground, it left that hole in the background, in the back play, and Lorenzo, nice snap at goal.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's demoralising for the Wanderers when you've had it in your forward for a couple of entries and haven't been able to capitalise on that. So, yeah, the Waratahs did great.
It took them 6 minutes, the Red and Whites, the defending premiers, to kick their first goal. You're watching the Women's Grand Final from the TIO Stadium in Darwin. Wanderers in the blue and gold. They finished 5th 2 years ago, 3rd last year. The worst they can finish is 2nd this year. So their rise has been pretty good. Tars have won so many grand finals, you forget how many you're counting. But the Eagles cut it off out on the wing.
The Wanderers are really dominating those centre clearances at the moment.
And I'm not sure what they can actually do about that. What do you think? To stop Wanderers getting it out of there, Jared?
Well, number 24 for Wanderers in Chevalier, she's just dominating the taps, and I think when you get first opportunity to run onto the footy, in the way the Wanderers are clean with their skills at the moment, it's going to be have to be some body pressure from Waratahs.
Get a feeling this is going to go right down to the wire. Handball out by Bentley. Again, Wanderers cut it off. That's good mark taken there by Johnson. had a bit of it. Johnson out on the wing in front of the scoreboard. Kicks up along the wing. Getting back in defence there. Good work for Tars. Here's Lisa Roberts, the skipper. Set it up, hoping to get it off to Nolda. Ball lost towards the boundary line, and the boundary umpire to throw it in. So 1 goal, Waratahs. Wanderers 1 goal, 2. Really need to grab those early opportunities, I'd suggest, Melissa.
Yeah, definitely. I think I've heard a lot about Angela Foley, so I'm really keen to see how she goes today. And there's been talk about her being someone that might get drafted for next year. So, yeah, hopefully she has a really good game.
So that was a high tackle there over the shoulder of Abby Holmes. What about that move to send your star forward into the midfield?
Yeah, well, I guess the defenders wouldn't be expecting it from the Wanderers. So, and obviously if she's a good kick and good in play, it's probably not a bad move.
This might be Johnson with another touch. Gee, she's been okay, hasn't she? Across half back.
Been solid across half back.
Here's Holmes. So she wins it out on the wing, and the handball's good too. She unloaded it. The Tars with their first real promising push, but the kick wasn't good enough because it gave 3 Wanderers defenders a chance, and their kick was a little better. Rolls out towards the boundary line and will go out. But they did defend it, the Eagles, but the kick just, you need to look upfield a little bit and see where you're going.
Yeah, just let them down a bit.
I'd like to see them play a little bit more through the corridor, Charlie. Waratahs, that is, especially into this breeze. I think if they can cut down some of their work rate by bringing the ball back through the midfield.
Just switch it.
Over the back, Harper looking for it for Tars. Ball left on the ground. Wanderers win it. And the handball was slick, and the kick up along the wing. Got to get rid of it, and she was able to. Trying to work it out, Wanderers there in the direction of Davin. Tars' defence has just really tightened up now after that early onslaught by the Eagles, which might have caught them napping a little bit, I think. So 2 on 3 here. Tars really should come away with a footy, and they have. They've done pretty well. It was good work, O'Shea. Back through Hurd. Hurd here this time. Got the kick away, and it's going to give a chance here to Boyd. And again another touch there to Johnson. It's a great kick, but she put it straight into the hands of Lisa Robert.
This is where we want to get a switch out on the other side where the space is out there.
Gee, that's a good kick, isn't it? That's a great kick out towards the boundary line.
Bit of space for Tars now.
Kick up the centre half forward. They're in good position here. But good defensive work back there by Telford. Sent the ball to ground. Here's Telford now with the handball. They knocked it to ground. Tars, they have it inside 50. Telford desperate for the ball. She's making another effort here. She closes, gets there. Ball goes to ground. Wanderers with Rivers. And they get out of trouble again. The kick out towards the wing. Sets up a teammate to run onto it. Ball knocked towards the boundary line. I think it's going to go over. In fact, it is. Pressure put on from behind there by Barber.
That was a great effort, 1 on 3 there, and she managed to, get it out.
It's in front of the Morris Rioli stand, remembering that great man here, the stand named after him. Abby Holmes goes in and says, give us the footy. She worked hard for it. The handball went astray. Eagles with plenty of players there, but the Warriors draw the free kick. They're out on the wing, ball in the hands here of Harper. Harper's going to the middle. She looked there for a second, and then she went forward and just gave it a thumping kick down towards the 50-metre line. Ball hits the ground. Waiting for it down there was Chevalier. Didn't get it. Harper again there. Done pretty well. Kicked it out. Telford a chance to get this. The teammate will have to provide the shepherd. That's the Sarge. Nice mark at the back.
Great mark.
Good mark. The hands just went up, straight up, didn't they? And Coombs has got it. He's went a little short with it. Left it on the boundary line. It's driven back in again by Johnson. Eagles on the clean-up. Through to Sarge to the middle. Tars will get there, though, through Foley. Foley's going to set this up inside 50. Great tackle. No free kick in that. Gee, the pressure is really on, isn't it? Free kick picked out of it. It's going to be a Wanderers free kick. Telford gets it.
Wanderers had the numbers in that contest, but geez, the first tackle by Waratahs was a bit stiff not to be played the free kick the other way.
Telford's kick rolls towards the boundary line. Totham out there. I'm pretty sure Danielle Totham, is the number 4 there for the Eagles, is the daughter of David Totham. She might have encouraged Dad to come down and coach the team, I think.
Oh, they're well and truly prominent throughout the club, Charlie. It's good to see.
Ball left on the ground. That was Harper in front. Eagles on the clean-up again. Bucks of Fortune, a little kick off the ground. Been busy, hasn't she? Claire Harper. Ball bounces in the middle. Here's a chance for the Eagles. They got behind them and they can put the kick. Oh, just left the footy behind. Gee, it was intended there for Thompson. Tars, Wanderers missed an opportunity there.
It did. They just fumbled on that crucial moment. She probably looked up and spent the ball before she actually grabbed it.
Expecting her to kick it to her that close.
That's true. It was a metre kick.
Handball would have been the better option. Kick out towards the wing here. Here's Pryor with the mark. She's left it a little short. The Eagles will cut it off. Easy pickings for them. Which team's got the ascendancy here, Melissa, do you think?
I think it's still both. It's still a really good arm wrestle at the moment. I think no one's really sort of established themselves or settled quite yet.
Ball back towards the boundary line.
Oh!
Rebecca Bentley was down there, and going to ground out there was Pryor. Rebecca Pryor.
Would the breeze be a couple of goals to the airport end?
Yeah, that's what Natasha Medbury said at the start. So as we've seen, some of the Waratahs kicks have been holding up in the air. But they've had this particular contest, Waratahs have got the numbers. They win the free kick.
A little frustrated there was Chakayla Bading. The kick just almost got into the hands of Hardwick on the charge through. That's a nice mark. That defensive line standing up pretty well. This is Jaylene Chevalier. Gives it a roost. Tars at the back, just didn't quite get it. Eagles come away with it. Thompson. Thompson, a second chance. Will it sit for her? She wheels around back onto her right boot. Handball was okay over the top. Tried to get it to Halkitis. Halkitis goes to ground. Tars come in numbers. Little kick off the ground outside the defensive 50. And the red and whites come away, but that's good vision. That's a good kick under pressure, finds Abby Holmes.
That was Pryor. She had to win that contest, Charlie, because Wanderers had the numbers, and the kick came off to Abby Holmes.
Holmes is going to drive this into the forward line. The kick was very, very good. Straight there into the hands of the dangerous Christine Purantata-Mary. I think she kicked a bag of them in the grand final last year, if I remember.
On with the torpedo.
Wanderers with plenty of players at the drop. It's not going to come out. Umpire's going to have to ball it up as he found a free kick in there.
Like it's going to Wanderers, maybe for in the back.
And the Eagles with a free kick. Plenty of options. Taken there by Barber. Out towards Bading. Abby Holmes gets in the way. Going to draw a free kick. She's away. Abby Holmes, and she sets it up to the sweet spot. Only the Eagles in the way, though. Ball gets on the ground. Plenty of clean-up players there for Waratahs. Kick forward by Nolda. Back to Nolda again. She can have a shot from there. Nolda goes back. Last line of defence, the Eagles drop back. Clever play.
Very clever, very smart, having to drop back there in the goal square.
Abby Holmes breaks clear, gets onto the right boot, bangs the goal. She can't get there either, comes off hand through for a minor score.
On fire.
Lauren Motlop back there.
Might go down to Katie Brennan here and ask the question about rotations. How's the rotations going for both sides, and how do they compare to your level of footy?
Nope, they're not listening in yet.
We'll come back to that.
They're two involved in this game. I think it's out on the wing. Ticked up past 17 minutes. Tight first quarter. Just those couple of goals earlier on. Wanderers look more likely to score. They just haven't really been able to break that Waratah half back line.
Yeah, the defence is holding it really strong.
So it's a battle between the two, the half back line and the half forward line, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd just love to see the half back line switch across and go out into the space and give the wingers a chance to run it through.
So here's Purantata Mary, little short kick. And she gets it back again. She's at 50. They got to her. She left it behind. Good work there by Telford to get the handball away. Look at the Warriors here. They've got 3 players. They're everywhere. Where are the extra Wanderers players? Back in defence, I reckon. Abby Holmes at the back. Read it beautifully. Got on the right boot. Banged away from goals and missed it out to the right. And it rolls over the boundary line.
She's starting to look very dangerous, Abby Holmes. She's worked her way into the game. She's getting plenty of the football. If she start sort of straighten up with her kicking, she'll be quite dangerous.
Eagles up by a point here. Tough women's grand final. The Red and Whites, if you've just joined us, the reigning premiers, they won it last year. They're going for 5 in a row today, and Wanderers are not having a bar of it. 5th of 2 years ago, the Eagles. 3rd last year. They want to win this one, and now they've got the mark. The Red and Whites. Shannon Miller, I reckon that is.
I don't know if that's a set play, Charlie, but Shannon Miller kicked it back to Angela Foley, and Foley kicked it back to Shannon Miller. And now she's got a shot at goal.
45-degree angle. Sets it up for goal, goes across the face through for a minor score. Opportunity gone begging. Melissa?
Yes, we need to convert those ones, especially in this first quarter when you're going against the wind. It's really important to be able to go back and put those through.
So it's a good point. Eagles are kicking with the breeze, as Tash Medbury told us. Probably it's worth a couple down there. Lauren Motlop working well in defence. Kick comes out, parked underneath the footy there was baiting. And a mark taken. Running with the flight of the ball was clever. Nice strong mark, Davin. Janine Davin kicked into the player on the mark. Ball towards the boundary line. Getting in the way there was Heard. Just ferocious in there, isn't it? There's no easy kicks.
A lot of Waratahs there.
2, 4, 6, 8 against 4.
Bullying.
Yeah.
Well, that's the strength of Waratahs. They hunt in numbers and they're very fit. The umpire didn't see that.
The umpire saw it from a long way, and that's
way,
fair enough. Because the controlling umpire was throwing the ball up, and that actually happened behind her view. Siren brings it to a close here at quarter time. The score is all wrapped up. It is as it was at the start. Scores level. 1 goal to Wanderers, 1 goal to Waratahs. Get some thoughts from Jared. Then we'll hear from Melissa Hickey.
Yeah, I'll just touch on a couple of better players. I think Johnson for Wanderers has started the game really well as Thompson. She looks very dangerous. If she can get some clean football in some space, she's going to be pretty dangerous. For Waratahs, Abby Holmes worked her way into the game, and Angela Foley was just good from the start.
Melissa,
I think the score probably reflects where we're at the game. It's been a real arm wrestle, and no one's really been able to get the ascendancy as of yet. So, it'll be exciting to see. I guess as the conditions start to affect the players and the fitness levels, it'll be interesting to see who gets on top.
So both teams go to their huddles. Their coaches will talk to them, and then we'll come back. And I think Tash Medbury will have an interview for us. Hopefully she's moved out to the Wanderers camp. We'll get out to her shortly. So the score here at quarter time, 1-2 Waratahs, 1-2 the Eagles.
Weather is part of life in the Territory. It's unpredictable when it comes and in what it leaves behind. That's why Territorians need the right insurance cover for their home and contents. Local knowledge is important. Talk to TIO about Territory home insurance for Territory conditions. So before it happens, call 131-TIO or visit tiofi.com.au. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes are your business. Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
Boys, we've got a real big problem. It belongs to you, it belongs to me, it belongs to everybody. I'm talking about family violence. It's time we said no more to family violence, isn't it? Yeah. Think about it.
We've all got to say no more to family violence.
No more!
Family violence is a community problem and it needs a community response from all of us, and sport is a big part of that. But we can all do our bit by being more respectful to each other. Please make this year the year we say no more to family violence.
My housemate woke me up to ask where my car was. Turns out we left the front door unlocked and someone helped themselves.
Protect yourself against crime. A momentary lapse is all it takes, even if you are home.
It's pure chance and quicker to steal keys than hot wire a car. People make it easy and leave keys, bags and wallets laying around with unlocked doors.
Don't be the one to get caught out. A community announcement by TIO, Crime Stoppers and the National Motor Vehicle Theft Reduction Council.
The advantage is all yours during Bridge Toyota's Buyer's Advantage. Like Corolla Ascent Hatch Automatic from a low $21,990 drive away. And 2015 Hilux Workmate Single Cab Cab Chassis 4x2 from just $24,990 drive away. Or 2015 Hilux SR 4x4 Dual Cab from $45,990 drive away. And every Toyota comes with Bridge Toyota's lifetime of advantages. Offer is limited, so hurry into Bridge Toyota today. Bridge Toyota, you're number one.
Late in the quarter, we started to slow down our run because our rotations weren't quick enough. Everyone understand that? So we've got to get in there, get those rotations going, so we've got fresh legs on the board. So we're back at the TIO Stadium here at the quarter-time break. Scores level, 1 goal, 2 apiece. The coaches talking to their teams out there, and Natasha Medbury's gone out. See who she can get. She's over in the Wanderers huddle. Don't know if we can. Let's go down to her and see what she's got. Tash, you got anything for us down there? What have you heard?
Yeah, they've just talked about their rotations as well. Dave Totham just spoke about their rotations and using their speed a bit more. But Katie, what did you pick up from that quarter?
Yeah, it was a really tough quarter from both teams, both hard at the footy. I think Waratah were really strong across the half-back line and held themselves really well. I think when Wanderers get the run on and get that break through the midfield, that's when they look dangerous. So, as Mel said as well, if whoever gets that switch kick can open up play and can really, penetrate and kick some goals and get some score on the board.
And Morgan, the number 13s are probably the best on the grounds at the moment. Lisa Roberts and Morgan Johnson.
Yeah, definitely. Both of them are playing very well. So, very exciting to see who pops up for the next 3 quarters.
Thank you.
No worries.
So it's Katie Brennan down there with Natasha Medbury. We're up in the commentary box here. Scores level, 1 goal, 2 apiece. Melissa?
Yeah, well,
what would be the message from the TARS coach there?
Yeah, I think just to back themselves in, obviously that they're the team that's had so much success, so just to back their confidence and their self-belief, and obviously they've got the win this quarter to really get some scoreboard pressure back on the Wanderers.
Garrett, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, Wanderers didn't use the win to their advantage, and they just looked so dangerous in the first 5-10 minutes of the game. They looked like they had a bit more speed, which they didn't capitalise on, so they're going to have to work pretty hard going into the Breeze this quarter.
O'Shea's going to do the ruck work here for the TARS, but she was beaten out of the middle. It was a good thump down by Chevalier. We'll see what TARS are made of here. They scramble to kick forward. Wanderers cut it off through Coombs, went down towards the half-forward line, straight into the hands of King. Gee, I like saying that. Good player, King. I like saying that as well. Kick out here, cut off, taken by Tarzo rather, out on their half-forward line or half-back line, going towards there to the right of screen. Long kick gets it just about over the top. Ange Foley out there.
She just set a task for her out there.
That kick's okay. Rivers. And that kick was good too. Straight into the hands here of Desage. Desage down towards the forward line. They got players at the fall of the ball. The Eagles can't get it. Good clean up there by Tars. Bentley doing terrific defensive work. Knocked it out towards the boundary line. The game's opened up a little bit. Has a bit of breathing allowed to get into it, I reckon.
I just like how Wanderers transferred the play through the middle, and I think especially going into the breeze, it's the shortest way to goals, and you're going to cut down a lot of your work rate. Most of the first quarter was played on either side of the grandstand, on the wings and in the pockets, and get a little bit more ball in the red zone, the hot zone. You're going to have more scoring shots.
Yeah, like you said, they went straight through the corridor there, which both teams really need to start doing.
The Tars scramble kick went out wide to Foley on the run. Sets it down toward half forward. They want a favourable bounce. They didn't get it, but they were there in numbers. Handball to Nolda, inside 50. Long kick to the top of the goal square. Good position under the footy was Chittick. And Chittick takes the mark. Now, she missed out last year because she was too young to make the team. She's desperate to play today, and here she is having a shot in the second quarter. Amy Chittick kicks at goal and delivers. Oh, it's a good one. Big goal, and the build-up was super.
Great build-up. Yep, great link-ups there, and a really long penetrating kick, and a fantastic contested mark there for Chittick.
I heard your interview on this morning, Charlie. Mums of Guns, was it?
Yes.
And Amy Chittick was.
That's right. Her mum interviewed her, and her mum said to her, Amy, I just want you to answer the question, how come you bring all the Guernseys home, but you never wash them?
Oh, that's a proud moment. Amy would be absolutely pumped at the moment for kicking that goal in a grand final.
It's a good mark. She was in a pack or a nest of blue and golds down there. She took a good mark and then delivered. So she's playing out on the half-forward line. They got their noses in front, the Warriors. 2-2 now to 1-2. They'd love to get another one from here. Harper couldn't get the footy. Wanderers with Taylor. Held with the footy, couldn't get rid of it. Got to hand it over, Rebecca. Gee, she asked a few times. It was the one in front of you, Becky. The one with the other coloured Guernsey. Here's the kick from the middle. Deep down towards the half-forward line. Lauren Motlop there. Abby Holmes ran straight at her and almost got through. Spillage comes out towards the edge of the square. Wanderers with the handball. Smothering effort. Tars starting to close in here. Lauren Motlop comes in hard with the tackle, holds it up. A little bit of holding on. Umpire says free kick. It's going to go to Wanderers. It will go to Lauren Motlop. She worked hardest for it. Left foot kick measures out wide. Gave a chance there for Rivers. Rivers with the shrug off in track. Gee, it was a good tackle by Harper. Wanderers with the little tap down. They went over the top. Coombs with a bit of a chance. Onto the right boot they go, down towards the goal line. Front position, King couldn't get it. Whistle goes, and it's going to be a free kick.
Just good hard footy out there, isn't it?
It is. I thought King just waited for the footy, though, to bounce up to her. She needs to attack it, and that's where the defence won the free kick.
No easy kicks. It's a little high and a little unlucky. She ducked her head. They won the free kick, the Warriors. Chittick on the lead, she ignored. And along the edge of the square. Good pick up under pressure there was Nolda. She goes to ground and will be penalised. So the Eagles get the free kick. Here's Hardwick.
The tackling's been superb, Charlie, in this game so far from both teams.
Eagles front position. Good strong mark. That was beautifully done by Desage. Desage's kick up towards half forward. And dropping back, they take a strong mark in defence. Do the Warriors. And the transference was good. Straight out there towards Foley. Foley goes with a kick down the corridor inside 50. It's right back over the top. They've got a player down there in Shannon Miller. He's left out of the contest. They went back. Lauren Motlop on the clean-up. Went towards the boundary line. Is that where she went deliberately? What's the umpire going to say here? They're going to say throw it in.
Good defence. Obviously the boundary line's the backman's. Can you say backman? Back player's best friend.
Back person.
Back person, back women's best friend.
Yeah, we have to look at our terminology, aren't we? Might just call them the backs, I reckon.
Yeah.
There's the throw in, landed on the ground. Lauren Motlop with the clean up. Scrambles a kick out towards the wing.
Great
That's how
pick
you
up.
run at the footy. Straight through the middle, thumping it down. Chittick's a chance here. If they can get it back to her, she's got behind the play. Lauren Motlop under some pressure, kicks it off the ground, concedes a minor score. She looked to her right, looked to her left. There was no one there, and she decided, well, I'm going to concede it behind.
Tasha, I wonder if you can tell us about the conditions. It looks like it's getting a little bit darker out there, and whether the breeze is a little bit stronger. It's picked up.
Yeah, the breeze has definitely picked up. There's probably about 3 goals in it, especially Waratahs with their longer kicking and their skills at goal as well. But a storm is brewing, and it's got a little bit cool down here as well.
Sarge with the kick inside 50. Big climb, bit of friendly fire there. Now went to ground soon older. Emerging with the footy, Abby Holmes goes for goal and misses the golden opportunity, minor score.
They're sure looking dangerous now, Waratahs.
Yeah, you can feel them building the pressure.
The last few pickups, Charlie, from Waratahs, they've been clean with the football, but they've also just exploded out of the pack, and that's a nice skill to have in the team.
Savannah Motlop with that kick out to their number 18. She got there with the tackle. It's in. Oh, just about got to Holmes. It didn't though. Down towards defensive 50. In the hands of Emma Clee. Turn it over. Wanderers with a kick down towards the middle of the ground. Hard run. They have front position, the Eagles, through Barber. Now they've got some space to work into here. Waratahs from a long way out. That is a long kick. Super kick. Terrific goal from a long way out. One look, bang at goal, and Angela Foley delivers.
Yeah, she just showed her class then. But how was the desperation from the Waratahs player to actually tap the ball forward or knock the ball forward about 15 metres to Foley in space? And she's had all class to finish it off.
Yeah, beautiful kick.
Good goal, Ange Foley. So Chittick and Foley have kicked goals for Waratahs. They show their ascendancy right now. Big moment for the Eagles. They're down by a couple. 3-4 plays 1-2. And the Warriors with it all working for them at the moment. Can they get a clearance out of the middle? Well, they might not be able to now because Desarge got the kick, took it down towards 50, straight into the hands there of Leamy. Her ball was lost. They couldn't get a clear kick away. And the Warriors from the back line kick it to the centre of the ground. It's a bouncing ball to Abby Holmes. Got over the top. Almost got into the hands of Nolda, who waited for it. The Wanderers come away with the footy. Kick off the left boot there by Mauboy. And out wide here in the direction of King. And it'll roll over the boundary line. Give us your thoughts, Melissa.
Yeah, just Wanderers going forward. They don't seem to be very structured up at the moment. I think they're just sort of bombing it in and there's no one really able to take the mark. So I think they need to kind of look to go back into the corridor and hit up a target.
It seemed like they've got a lot of crummers down there.
Yeah.
Sort of kicking to the crummers,
Real
which
key
is
forward.
It's not going to work, I don't think. Good strong marking defence. The Warriors having the answers here at the moment. Up towards the wing goes the kick. Ball towards the boundary line. And now over. Front position, the busy Sue Nolda. She's been busy, hasn't she?
Yeah,
Number 4.
the last sort of 5 minutes, she's really lifted her work rate.
Emma Clee to do the ruck work
Ellie,
here.
pick up number
For the
3,
Tars
Ellie.
in front position. Taps it straight down. Did it well too. Gave it off to Martin.
Great.
And there she is again. Gee, she's having a big game. Sue Nolda, she plays on. She gets to 50. She comes inside the corridor. One-handed mark. Is umpire going to play it? No. Gee, desperate to miss there. Lorenzo was a chance. Scramble of players around. This is not going to come out. Umpire's going to have to ball it up. Gee, that was a chance there for a great mark, wasn't it? She juggled it enough, didn't she?
Yeah, that was...
It's a grand final, Charlie. Got to be deliberate, 100%.
And that was what, 98?
Yeah. But smart play by Nolda to play on, realising that the player on the
Caught
mark.
the defender off guard.
Yeah, exactly.
These Wanderers defenders down there, they're just absolutely desperate. They realise the next goal's a really important one and they can't let the red and whites kick it. Katie, what's your thoughts?
What's your thoughts on this quarter?
I think Waratah has taken the game. They've slowed it down and got some scoreboard pressure. So Wanderers, I think, need to get those link-up plays and try and stream back down the middle and get some goals on the board.
Yeah, good call. Teresa Telford, the fullback, pushed that ball over the boundary line. She's gone back into the goal square.
What
That's
does
her
Katie
job.
think?
Good crowd on hand here. All having a look. Could hardly get a car park. Here's a snap out of the pack. It's going to miss. Drew for a minor score. You could hardly get a car park when I turned up, Jared.
Yeah, it's plenty of people here. Like I said, Charlie, the grand finals with the under-15s, the under-18s, and now the seniors, very popular and great to hear. Actually, the Wanderers crowd just as loud for the women's as they are for the men's.
That Savannah Motlop kick's gone out of bounds without a touch on it. No, what's the umpire saying here? It's got to be a free kick. It is. So Tar's going to bring it back. Standing on the mark there is Rivers.
Dark clouds in the background.
The Tar's kicking with the aid of the breeze. High kick right to the goal line.
Oh.
Hit the post. Swung back, didn't it? That was an amazing kick.
Yeah.
Well, cleared all the players sitting in the goal square.
Bend it like Beckham, that was.
So the busy Savannah Motlop. Will she come this way this time? No, she's looking out to that other side. She needs to mix it up a bit, and that's what she's doing. She's coming this way. Ooh, almost kicked it straight into the hands of Lorenzo. Foley's kick. Top of the goal square, Emma Clee bounces away from her and over alongside the behind post.
And this is what Wanderers haven't been able to do. They haven't been able to get the ball inside their 50. Even if it's a boundary throw and deep in the pocket, it still gives their forwards the opportunity. And it's exactly what Waratahs are doing at the moment.
The game's bogged down at the moment. 12 minutes gone, but Tars are happy with where it is on the field and on the scoreboard. Handball got away. Quick handball came by Rivers.
Great play.
Off towards Telford. Telford's kick was good too. Measured it out. Put it in the direction there of Thompson. So Wanderers have got themselves out of trouble. Tars have been camped down there for some time. Telford up there looking for the footy. Down on hands and knees. Spillage came out for Tars, using the breeze. The kick's a good one. Mark taken there by Lorenzo. She got behind them, had a name written all over it, kicked a goal in the first term. Chance for a second.
That's the advantage of the breeze, Charlie. Just goes that extra sort of 10 metres and well and truly cleared the pack for Lorenzo to have the easy mark.
She's big and dangerous. Can she kick a footy? She comes in, she bangs away at goal and she drifts it off to the right. Minor score. So the goal kicking, Melissa, when you get a chance at your level, you've got to kick goals, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. I think especially because Wanderers are, I mean, they're really struggling to get it out of this defensive 50 at the moment. So with every kick out, the pressure kind of increases on the defenders to get it out of there. So yeah, obviously the Waratahs, they're doing really well in their forward pressure.
So Savannah Motlop didn't make it any easier for her team by kicking it out of bounds from fullback after a score. And a mark almost there by Clee. Ball on the ground. And out into the hands here of Bilius, and Bilius thumps it out wide to the defensive 50. Ball lands on the ground. They'll get there first, though, through Lisa Roberts. The Tars come away with it. High kick down towards the pocket. Gets over the back. Danger time here for the Eagles. Clee with the tackle from the back, holds it up. Ball right on the goal line. A scramble kick, though. Whistle's gone, and gee, it's lucky it's a Wanderers free kick.
Yeah, it was Chittick just trying to will her way through the pack to get some clearance to get her boot to ball, but not quite.
Now the kick is going to come down the middle. Abby Holmes is there. Oh, they've done well, the Eagles, to work it out of defence. Out towards the wing they go. That's a good kick too. They'll have numbers at the fall of the ball. Can they work together? Ball stays in play. And the tackle was pretty strong there. Came from Bentley. He did really well. Give the Eagles a chance to run away. Leamy was there.
So the umpire's called a ball up and saying that the ball didn't go anywhere before the ball went out of bounds. So interesting call. But now we get the boundary throw in that I think everyone was expecting the first time.
Clee there by herself, Emma Clee. Abby Abby Holmes emerges with the footy, gets pushed after, got the kick down inside 50. Chittick at the back, hurried kick to the boundary line. They've tapped it back in play. Ooh, kick out of mid-air.
Swing and a miss.
Wow.
Yeah, a little bit too ambitious on that one, I think. Ange Foley.
Nice for the Matildas.
Yes.
They're on their way to Rio, which is good news for them. Emma Clee with a
Fantastic
touchdown.
news.
Good kick to the middle, bouncing ball here. They're getting their first TARS. That's the difference, isn't it?
Yeah, the
Melissa?
Wanderers just haven't been able to get it even past the 50 as of yet, after past halfway.
Here again, it's going to come back. It's a push in the back, and the free kick's going to go to Martin.
That's the byproduct of their structure, Charlie. They've just been set up that wall across the half-back line. Wanderers have had to go wide to try and get around it, and they haven't been successful.
Here's Martin's kick.
Wanderers look really good when they link up by hands and they try to run it through.
Oh, this is dangerous. Gets to Abby Holmes, but the bounce eluded her, and the hurried kick comes out and straight into the hands there of Angela Foley, who read it best. She's got the footy now, says Angela Foley. She's got the footy in her hand and she spears it inside 50, went right over the top. Telford with a handball to no one really. It landed in the hands there of Lisa Roberts and then rolls away through a minor score. So they're peppering away here. They almost could have put Wanderers away in this quarter, Waratahs. They were 1-2. I remind you, at quarter time, they're 3-8 now, so they've kicked 2-6 in this quarter. Kick out wide here now to Motlop. He said, I'm not going to kick it in anymore. I'll go out there where I want you to be when I kick it in.
Good pressure.
Outside the defensive 50. With so many players at the fall of the ball, but emerging with it this time is Totham. The scramble kick out short of the wing. Front position O'Shea. Couldn't get it. He'll come into play when the boundary umpire throws it in, will Lauren O'Shea. Tash, anything from you down there as we get close to half-time? Tash, we got anything from you there?
Yeah, we're enjoying the game down here. It's probably Waratahs are really dominating now with the wall. You were talking about the wall earlier, Katie.
Yeah, they've got a big press going on, pressing all their players up and creating a massive wall across the 50. So they're really locking it in, and it's also, when it's rebounding back out, it's going straight back to them. So Wanderers either need to land up along that 50 or run and carry the ball through the midfield and try and get it down to their forward line.
Well, here's their first chance to break the wall. Here's Beck Taylor. Picks it out, puts it in the hands there of Jaylene Chevalier out on the wing. Back straight through into the hands of Coombs, was busy early on in the match. Tars from the wing. 2-on-1 here, front position down there, Sue Nolder. Can she beat two? She does. She's done well. She got it round the corner to Ange Foley on the footy. Continues to run, steps back infield, drives it long. Chittick a chance, but hits the ground in front of her. It didn't, it bounces. Chittick still a chance here.
Great tackle.
She can't get it. Good work there by Telford, holds it up. Saw a good tackle in there, Melissa.
Yeah, Motlop just brought it to the ground.
Telford wins the free kick. She went searching over the top. She wanted to get it out to Bilius, but they chipped in front of her and the mark was taken there by Lorenzo. Now she kicked that goal in the first quarter. She's a good kicker of the footy. She's about
to be a tough shot
angle.
from this, yeah.
3 metres in from the boundary line. She'll kick from about 35. She lines it up.
Perfect.
He gives it a roost. She kicks long to the line. I reckon they might have touched that right on the line. Umpire's going to have a look. And the ruling is it's a goal.
Over the line.
So Lorenzo delivers from the toughest of angles, Melissa. It was a goal.
Yeah, she used the breeze with that one perfectly.
Absolutely. That was the key in that one. Just kicking it to the left side post and let the breeze do the thing.
No one managed to get a hand on it either.
Yes.
Surprisingly.
Lorenzo's been very dangerous for Waratahs up forward. She's been the most prominent and obviously the leading goal kicker for Waratahs at the moment.
So 4 goals, 8-1-2. The Eagles didn't score in that quarter, and Tars came hard at them and kicked 3 goals, 6 after scores were tied up at 1 goal, 2 apiece at quarter time. So the reigning premiers in front here at half time in the box seat, but I will remind you, that the last time they played these two teams, Waratahs were up by 4 goals at three-quarter time. Wanderers got within a goal in the last quarter and almost snatched a draw and an unlikely win as they came home fast and strong. But at half-time here, it's the Warriors in front 4-8 to 1-2. Let's get some comments first from Jared Eilert and then Melissa Hickey.
Yeah, just some better players. Waratah's Sue Nalda lifted her work rate to be one of their best players at the moment. Angela Foley just continued her dominance in the game. Abby Holmes and Lorenzo up forward. For Wanderers, I thought Lauren Motlop had to do a mountain of work down back, along with Desachi and Chevalier through the midfield, and in the ruck has been one of the best players for Wanderers.
Melissa Hickey.
Yeah, and as Katie mentioned earlier, the Waratah are really setting up that wall across their forward 50, and it's Wanderers are really struggling to kind of get it past that point. So I think they really need to encourage themselves to run and carry and try to carry it across that line, or even press up onto the girls that are building the wall. I think Waratah have also been a bit cleaner with their ball and their transition, obviously setting up into the forward line. And you can see there with however many forward entries that the Waratahs had, the Wanderers defenders are starting to fatigue. It is really hard sort of going against the wind to try to get it out of there.
The big second half in front of us. Can the Warriors hold their lead? Can the Eagles run them down? 4-8 to 1-2 at halftime. Here it's the women's grand final at the TIO Stadium in Darwin.
Weather is part of life in the Territory. It's unpredictable when it comes and in what it leaves behind. That's why Territorians need the right insurance cover for their home and contents. Local knowledge is important. Talk to TIO about Territory home insurance for Territory conditions. So before it happens, call 131-TIO or visit tiofi.com.au. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes are your business. Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
1300 kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's high gear we get in, but also its service details, its safety checks. I don't know.
It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce. Coffee white with 1, bun with icing. No, pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Boys, we've got a real big problem. It belongs to you, it belongs to me, it belongs to everybody. I'm talking about family violence. It's time we said no more to family violence, isn't it? Yeah. Think about it.
We've all got to say no more to family violence.
No more!
Family violence is a community problem and it needs a community response from all of us, and sport is a big part of that. But we can all do our bit by being more respectful to each other. Please make this year the year.
My housemate woke me up to ask where my car was. Turns out we left the front door unlocked and someone helped themselves.
Protect yourself against crime. A momentary lapse is all it takes, even if you are home.
It's pure chance and quicker to steal keys than to hotwire a car. People make it easy and leave keys, bags and wallets laying around with unlocked doors.
Don't be the one to get caught out. A community announcement by TIO, Crime Stoppers and the National Motor Vehicle Theft Reduction Council.
The advantage is all yours during Bridge Toyota's Buyer's Advantage, like Corolla Ascent Hatch Automatic from a low $21,990 drive away, and 2015 Hilux Workmate Single Cab Chassis 4x2 from just $24,990 drive away, or 2015 Hilux SR 4x4 Dual Cab from $45,990 drive away. And every Toyota comes with Bridge Toyota's lifetime of advantages. Offer is limited, so hurry into Bridge Toyota today.
Bridge Toyota, we're number one.
Patrons are reminded that TIO Stadium is strictly a non-smoking venue and that patrons wishing to smoke must use the areas provided.
Weather is part of life in the Territory. It's unpredictable when it comes and in what it leaves behind. That's why Territorians need the right insurance cover for their home and contents. Local knowledge is important. Talk to TIO about Territory home insurance for Territory conditions. So before it happens, call 131 TIO or visit tiofi.com.au. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes are your business. Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
1300 kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's high gear we get in, but also its service details, its safety checks. I know.
It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce, coffee white with 1, bun with icing, no pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Boys, we've got a real big problem. It belongs to you, it belongs to me, it belongs to everybody. I'm talking about family violence. It's time we said no more to family violence, isn't it? Yeah. Think about it.
We've all got to say no more to family violence.
No more!
Family violence is a community problem and it needs a community response from all of us, and sport is a big part of that. But we can all do our bit by being more respectful to each other. Please make this year the year we say no more to family violence.
My housemate woke me up to ask where my car was. Turns out we left the front door unlocked and someone helped themselves.
Protect yourself against crime. A momentary lapse is all it takes, even if you are home.
It's pure chance and quicker to steal keys than to hot wire a car. People make it easy and leave keys, bags and wallets laying around with unlocked doors.
Don't be the one to get caught out. A community announcement by TIO, Crime Stoppers and the National Motor Vehicle Theft Reduction Council.
The advantage is all yours during Bridge Toyota's Buyer's Advantage, like Corolla Ascent Hatch Automatic from a low $21,990 drive away, and 2015 Hilux Workmate Single Cab Chassis 4x2 from just $24,990 drive away, or 2015 Hilux SR 4x4 Dual Cab from $45,990 drive away. And every Toyota comes with Bridge Toyota's lifetime of advantages. Offer is limited, so hurry into Bridge Toyota today.
Bridge Toyota, we're number one.
The TIO NTFL women's grand final sees Waratah winning 4 goals at 32 to Waratah on goal 2-8. If you need some cash, we've got 18 located outside the front gate and on level 1. Please remember TIO Stadium is a non-smoking venue. A designated smoking area is located adjacent to the boxing gate. The Ceremony 2016 Thunder Juniors commences throughout the top end series. Visit www.thunderjuniors.afrnt.com.au for more information or sign up next Saturday on TIO NTFL's Grand Final Day.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium here. The players make their way back out onto the field for the second half. It's Waratah's up 4-8 to 1-2. Let's go down to Tash Medbury and Katie Brennan, get their thoughts on where to from here.
Yeah, Katie, what did you think of the first half of that women's footy grand final?
It was absolutely fantastic. Both teams putting in a lot of effort, hitting hard, tackling really well. We saw Waratah take control of the footy late in that last term, so I'm hoping they will do the same.
So tap out of the middle for the Warriors. They get their first handball out of the middle. It gets there to the Eagles. Scramble to kick out towards the wing. This first 5 minutes is going to be really important for Wanderers. Kick forward there by Coombs, who's been very good. Out towards the boundary line, busy player there in Lisa Roberts, and she loses the footy. Jared Eilert.
Mate, they've listened to you at half time. They've taken Chevalier and put her in the forward line, and it was Savannah Motlop starting in the ruck for Wanderers.
Probably looks a little better, Melissa.
Yeah, great move. I think they need a big tall target up there to be able to get it down to the little crummers.
And now they can get a kick forward off the boot there of Coombs. Markets 50 was strong. That's Chevalier. That's where they want her. She's going to kick it to the pocket. They'll double back and take the mark. Well done, Rivers. From the impossible angle, Melissa Hickey. I'm going to let you call it from there. You said the last one it was difficult to kick. This is even more difficult,
yes,
Melissa.
Hopefully she watched the Savannah earlier.
So she's tucked in the pocket.
Yeah, I guess you want to start out at that left goalpost and hope it drifts across.
As the breeze is blowing that way, she's a right footer, so it makes it even more difficult for her. It's an important kick. Can she get the goal to lift her team? She spears at goal, got it right on the line, was never going to make it. And the defence knocked it through, minus score the result. But the entry into 50 was okay, Melissa, wasn't it?
Wanderers look a lot better there. As you said, that change up, putting their ruck forward, hopefully that pays off for them.
Same as Rivers as well. She started down back in the early parts of the game. Now she's up forward.
A missed kick was marked by Tars. Luck's a fortune. It's working from the day. Abby Holmes got the tap down. She tried to link it up with Ange Foley. It didn't bounce well for her, but now she emerges with the footy from half back, drives it up towards the wing. Good play by Abby Holmes. Got it to a teammate. That was Chittick who couldn't quite control the footy. And the Eagles get away with the kick. Great kick up forward. And the mark taken down there. It was intended for Malboy. Was her sister? Did you see her sister here, Melissa? Did you say
I think
Jessica's here?
She's been spotted.
Probably Sophia's first grand final, so why not? Bring the family out and support.
Yeah.
Rivers again. Handball was good. Got to Malboy. Sister Jess will be cheering, saying up. It should be a free kick. Kick off the ground.
Great little toe
straight
poke.
into the hands here of Savannah Motlop. Goes for goal
What
and
a
delivers.
start.
Melissa.
Great start by Wanderers there.
It just kept persisting, didn't they? Obviously, the advantages to that side with the breeze, and it's almost you got to play a different game plan for the quarter that you have the breeze and for the quarter that you don't have the breeze. And when Wanderers get a bit of a sniff and a bit of momentum, they're pretty dangerous.
So good goal to the Eagles. They wanted it and they got it. So they closed the gap just a little bit. Taking them a long time. They kicked their first goal early in the first quarter and kicked their second goal here early in the third term. They look a lot better at the moment with their structure. Abby Holmes got it somehow. Did well. Got her kick under pressure. Eagles underneath the footy. Tap it down. Spill straight into the hands of Emma Clee. The opposition ruckman. Whistle went just as Abby Holmes got the kick away. It's still going to be a free kick anyway. So the umpire's signalling as though it's a Waratah free kick. And Emma Clee didn't quite know it was hers, but it is now, and she does know. So she's the ruck for the red and whites, and she bangs it out wide. Big climb from the back by the Wanderers player there, knocked it to ground, gets out towards the wing. The player who just come on, overrun the footy that time. It's the player in the Barber.
Great tackle by Baiting there, just to get the fingertips on the Guernsey to bring her down and win the free kick.
Oh, strong mark underneath it. Chevalier again. She's going to be hard to match up on. She's big and strong, and she pumps it along almost to the edge of the goal square. Got over the back. It's left on the ground. Warriors get back in defence. They had to desperately, and they did. They conceded the behind. It needed cool heads, and they had it. I think it was Nolda who got back and conceded.
Yeah, the Twin Towers and Chevalier and Rivers up forward for Wanderers. If they can get a little bit more accuracy in their goal kicking, where we know Waratahs didn't quite capitalise in the second quarter, they should come out in front.
And Savannah Motlop is handy down there as well, and she's another tall player.
Absolutely.
Front position, mark taken, strong. This is Desage. Jaquine Desage, she's a great kick of the footy. She puts it to the pocket. Came off hands. I think it was out of bounds on the full first. No, it wasn't. It's touch, said the umpire. So the pressure remains, Melissa, on Waratahs.
The Wanderers really need to make the most of these opportunities, obviously, with the win this quarter. So every entry they really want to score from.
So they've got it where they want it, deep in the forward line. Tap down and tap too far and too hard, rolls through for a minor score. So they're halfway there. In fact, they've more than halfway there. 2 goals, 5 to 4, 8. Jared.
Yeah, field position. We saw Waratahs just continually with their forward entries, having a lot of boundary throw-ins deep in their pocket. If they can, Wanderers can do that. I think they've got the cattle, the personnel, and the little crummers to kick more goals.
Abby Holmes rising to the occasion. The team's under some pressure. She got the kick up towards the wing, and then the hard chase up was good. Umpires picked a free kick. It's going to be a Wanderers free kick. Held without the footy. It's Davin. Jermaine Davin. Watched her training the other night. Looked to be a pretty good player. There's her kick. It's a good one. And cut off into defence. That's a good, strong mark there taken by Ward. Felicity Jo Ward uses the handball. Got a runner to go for in Bentley. Handball out even further to Roberts under pressure. Loses it. Clee gets to the footy. Handball over the top. Good build up here by the Warriors off the boot of Hutchinson. Out towards the wing. Getting there first will be Lauren Motlop. Picks it up. Shepherd was provided. Got on the left boot. Bang down towards the half forward line's got a runner out in front. That's Boyd. Boyd with the kick over the top's a good one. Did it nicely. Chipped it over the top, and the mark taken down there for the Eagles.
How's the step with Boyd picking it up and turning it around?
Here's the high kick. They have front position, the Eagles. It's knocked to ground. They have to work hard here. Harper does it. Gets the kick inside 50. Lands on the ground. Picked up by Wanderers player there in Barber. Goes to the pocket with it. Barber was the player that just came on at the early in that second quarter and has got plenty of the footy since she's got there. Free kicks picked out of this. And I reckon it's going to be a Wanderers free kick. They're limping there with the footy. He's having a good think about it. Now the distance is not a problem. And she is very capable from here. She gets on that left boot, she measures, and then she goes across the face. Took a long time, minor score. She has got an injury, I think.
Yeah, still limping.
Hampered her a bit. Handball might have been good there, Jared. You would have been right there in your playing days. See a wounded player.
Yep. Anything to get a free kick, Charlie.
Sue Nolder's having a great game here. Wins it across half back. Looks out to her right. And then chips it off. And they can go short again. Back to Nolder. So these are kicks that really the Wanderers forwards need to shut down, don't they, Melissa?
Yeah, definitely. I think you see that Waratahs obviously hit up the targets a bit better than what Wanderers were able to do last quarter. And
Barber again, Charlie, with the tackle and winning the free kick.
Yeah, she did really well. She might get this back again. She's only got 2 to beat. She's got it again. She's got it at the 50-metre line. She tucked her head, dropped it, and they got to it, held her up. She's got nowhere to go. She almost got out of trouble there with the footy. And the umpire will come in and ball it up.
Size doesn't matter in this game, Charlie, and we've seen it already on a number of occasions that the little players are more than happy to take on the big players and quite often stick the tackles.
9 minutes gone. Tap down here into the hands of Lisa Roberts. She kicked it out towards the wing. Clever play there. Angela Foley with a little push is going to be pinged. We'll get down to Tash Medbury and Katie Brennan in just a second. Spearing kick comes in. It's a good one too to Thompson. Thompson has it. The build up here from the Eagles looking good. Yelling for it is Coombs at centre half forward. She's got about 4 around her at the back reaching for the footy, not able to take the mark with Halkitis. Here she is busy again. It's Barber. Back here, straight into the hands of Boyd. High up and under kick. Waratah's under pressure. Ball towards the back pocket for them. Wanderers can get there. Can they pick it up? They're over the top of the footy. Just can't get it out. They're going to hold it up here, the Warriors, and get a ball up. Natasha Medbury.
Yeah, what an exciting start to this third quarter. Katie, what are your comments so far in this quarter?
The Wanderers have come out really well in this quarter. They have an early goal and some scoreboard pressure, so I think they need to take a mark inside 50 and just slow it all down here. Waratah also need to try and run and carry the ball out of the defensive 50. I think they're just kicking it here and it's turning over straight away. So if they can get a bit of run and carry and deliver it down to the forward line, I think they'll get some score on the board.
So the pressure remains there. The Wanderers keeping it exactly where they want it. This is their best real period of sustained pressure, isn't it, from the Eagles?
Absolutely. They've again, that breeze is a big factor in it, but they're little players and the restructure at half time has worked well so far.
Nulder, another terrific kick, sends it out a long way. Thompson will get there for Wanderers. Picks it up, takes them on. Oh, she eluded the tackler. She's on the right boot. She goes into the forward line, front position. Strong mark, Chevalier. Whoa.
Katie called it. It's exactly what needed to happen.
Out in front, and she went for it, and she's going to put her team here within a kick and a bit if she can convert. Angle, not a problem. Distance not a problem. Jaylene Chevalier kicks for goal and misses off to the left. Minor score, was it? No, it wasn't. It was a goal. There was no celebration. No celebration at all. But she gets the goal.
She's obviously not a forward with that celebration.
Yes, exactly. That's a good segue into some of the better celebrations that have you seen in the women's competition down south?
You should be asking Katie Brennan about those. I'm a backman,
That's
so
true.
I'm the humble one.
But yeah, she didn't get excited at all. Still business though. It's a long way to go in this game.
Well, I must say, I took my eye off the ball and watched for the celebration, and it didn't come, so I figured she'd missed.
Yeah.
It was a big goal. It was a telling goal, in fact. They're back within 8 points. 4-8 to 3-6. What can the Warriors do here? What are they made of? They're really being tested here. Eagles kicking with the breeze in this third term. Hurried kick out of the middle came from Foley. They need their guns to stand up. Nolda, Foley, Abby Holmes. These are the players that have to lift for Waratahs right now. At the 12-minute mark, third term, women's grand final, TIO Stadium, Darwin. Straight into the hands of Nolda. She delivers, kick is good. Gets there, under pressure was Martin. Lost it, Eagles on the clean-up. Ball towards the boundary line, pressure there from Hardwick, saw it safely over the line. So the Eagles' defence equal to the task on that entry.
Great one-on-one footy. Hardwick just not letting her play get away, even though the ball was coming in and she was crumbing front and centre. Her opposite player, she was right with her.
Red and Whites need a goal here to get the game back where they want it. They have it where they want it on the field. Handball came out. That's some work being done down there. Shannon Miller. Wanderers got it towards the boundary line, and the umpire says throw it in. 13 minutes gone, third term. 1-2 apiece at quarter time. 4-8 to 1-2 Tars at half time. Right now at the 13-minute mark, 4-8 to 3-6 Tars in front by 8 points. Jared Eilert with me, Melissa Hickey as well, and Katie Brennan, Tasha Medbury down on the sideline. We'll get down to them in a second. Ball forced back towards the boundary line. Spinning out of the tackle there, doing very well was Johnson. Smother on it though. Now Tars come away with it. High kick. Who have they got up forward? Eagles equal to the Taskins. Whack it out towards the wing. They've got a player loose out here by herself. That's Baiting. It didn't get to her. If they can knock it to her, they do now. Baiting emerges with the footy on the wing. Streams away from them. Takes a bounce and unloads. Kicks it down the forward line. Bouncing ball. Oh, it's dangerous. Gathered on the charge there by Rivers. Rivers' handball was smothered. Rivers, a second effort, goes in, dives at the footy, held up. Scintillating footy here from the Eagles. What did you make of that, Tash Medbury?
Oh, that was exciting stuff. Sophie Malboy nearly had it in the bag there, and an open goal was becking for her.
O'Shea to take a bow, fingertip stuff to get the interception.
So out of the pack, snap it, goal. Misses out to the left, came from Rivers. Could have gone any way, but left, and it went left.
Rivers has been very dangerous as well. So some opportunities coming through those two structural changes from half-time.
So a goal and a bit the difference. Tars hanging on, and again, Rivers has been super in this quarter, Jared.
Yeah, she uses her body pretty well and gets to the right positions, but as we saw about 30 seconds ago, she can actually read the play and attack the footy, and pretty good at ground level as well. So she's a dangerous
Very agile.
player. Yeah.
Crystal Rivers, she chipped it into the pocket, and her teammate just couldn't take the mark there. Chevalier comes out towards the 50-metre defensive, gathered by Desage, who's been busy. They put it aground, she's pinged, and drawing the free kick is Abby Holmes, and she'll get some meterage as well.
Yeah, she had to stick that tackle because it was all Wanderers. There was about 4 of them just waiting for the handball to come out, but fingertip stuff again. But Holmes been able to make the tackle, win the free kick, now get 50 metres.
That's a long 50. That's 100. How far is that 50? That's 2 50s, isn't it?
Must be.
How long is that?
I think it's 250s, Charlie.
It's got to be 250s.
Disappointing.
Wow. So Abby Holmes, this prolific goal kicker, is going to line up from directly out in front and get back the goal that Tars desperately need. They haven't scored in this term. She's directly out in front where she's been many times before. She punches at goal and she misses off to the left. It's a minor score. She got too close to the player on the mark, Melissa, didn't she?
Yeah, I think she let the Wanderers off there.
4-9 to 3-7. Will it be the goal that they will rue? Their superstar didn't deliver. Ange Foley sends it back down towards the forward line. Plenty of Eagles there in defence. Amongst them, Telford. Kick comes out for Wanderers. And off ends to the boundary line. 16 minutes gone, third term. The pressure building. You can feel it up here, can't you?
Lifted another notch, hasn't it, in these last 5 minutes?
And it actually lifts when the pressure, the temperature drops.
Yeah,
we
true.
know that. It's getting a little cooler now. So here's the throw in at the 50-metre line. Abby Holmes looking for it, couldn't get to it. She wants to redeem herself after that miss from directly out in front. Wanderers come away with it off the boot of Davin. Good mark. Strong mark. What's on offer? They want it out on the wing. The kick from Thompson is a good one.
Beautiful.
She's going to
kick.
set it up there for Rebecca Taylor. Rebecca Taylor's been around forever. She's umpired a couple of 100 games of football as well. Soccer crick off the ground. And closing for the Eagles there is Coombs. Whistle goes, free kick, Eagles are going to get it. So Eagles draw the free kick. This is danger time. Plenty of Tars defenders running back. They're going to set it up. Ah, she's got it again. She takes the mark again. Crystal Rivers, wow.
She had no right to take that mark. She was one play in amongst 5 Waratahs, and the kick was a beauty.
Well, is this going to be the couple of minutes of the match that will define it? We saw Abby Holmes at the other end a minute and a half ago, directly out in front, missed. And now the ball in the hands of Crystal Rivers. She's directly out in front. She hasn't kicked a goal today. Can she give it to the Eagles when they want it? She stutters, she comes in, she gets onto it, she kicks, it's not going to be a goal. Gets across the face of goal to the pocket. Waratah's under pressure. Handball back here. High tackle, Eagles get another chance along the boundary line.
Two most dominant players, Charlie, in this quarter for Wanderers, getting a number of shots on goal.
Chevalier, she might have cribbed a metre on that angle, I reckon.
She's smart.
She can have a shot. This is not beyond her. She kicks that goal and she squeezes it in, I reckon.
And no celebration again, but...
We'll have to get Katie out 3/4 time and teach him a few things.
We did see Daniel Motlop out there, I think, at halftime trying to teach Lauren Motlop how to kick the football. Natasha Bedbury reported on that. But Daniel's pretty good at celebrations as well, so he might be out there at three-quarter time teaching Chevalier.
Sash, what do you make of it now?
Oh, what a goal by Jaylene Chevalier. Always backed her there. And Lauren Motlop just, she gave away 2 50s before Charlie, just back chatting to the umpire. But Katie, apparently you like a celebration. You might have to get it out there and show Jaylene how to do one.
I do not know where that come from, because I don't think I even celebrate at all. Thanks, Melissa.
Oh, you got to love that about football.
So Wanderers with their tails in the air. They're making a charge here in the third term. They're working very well together. Scramble kick came off the boot of Totham. Daughter of kicks it out wide to Thompson. Thompson one way and then the other. Came back with the handball. Eagles with a kick to the middle of the ground. They'll get underneath the footy. It bounces, gets away from Sunolda. Goes to Holmes. Holmes with the kick was good. Oh, she had a player around in front. Was cannoned into Martin. Went to ground as the siren goes. Martin's going to have a shot after the siren. Directly out in front. Now, what sort of kick is she? They desperately need a goal here. And this player, Brianna Martins, had a bit of it today.
She's worked pretty hard at ground level, Charlie. We haven't seen her at a set shot yet.
Can she break the heart of the Eagles here at three-quarter time? She skips, she comes in, she's given it plenty. She's not going to score a goal. Puts it out wide. The Eagles knock it to ground. We go to the three-quarter time break with a 2-point margin in it. It was a stunning revival by the Eagles. They did it a couple of weeks ago and they've done it again. They've put themselves within a couple of points. 4-9 Waratahs leading Wanderers 4-7. Let's get some comments from Jared Eilert and then Melissa Hickey.
It was obviously all Wanderers in that quarter, and Jaylene Chevalier, most dominant player in that quarter, to elevate her to being the top 2 players for the game, as well as Crystal Rivers. So masterstroke by the coaching staff for Wanderers. As we know, that has been the goal scoring end, so we'll see how Waratahs come out and respond.
Melissa.
Yeah, that was a fantastic quarter of footy. I think the pressure just lifted and the intensity of both teams really lifted in that quarter, and obviously Wanderers were able to capitalise on their opportunities moving forward. I think they did really great. And I think that the breeze has dropped off a little bit if you have a look at the flags on the other side of the ground, so it'll be interesting to see what this next quarter brings.
Just give us your thoughts then on the mood of these two teams. Certainly they went in at half-time Tars with it all in their favour, but now Wanderers, look at them get around their players there. They are just switched on. They're up for it, aren't they?
Well, it's not called the Premiership quarter for nothing, is it? That third quarter. So, it'll be really, really interesting to see how they both come out in this last quarter, because it's anybody's match.
Comments there from Melissa Hickey. It's three-quarter time here in the Women's Grand Final, and the Tars hanging on for dear life. 4-9 to Wanderers 4-7.
Weather is part of life in the Territory. It's unpredictable when it comes and in what it leaves behind. That's why Territorians need the right insurance cover for their home and contents. Local knowledge is important. Talk to TIO about Territory home insurance for Territory conditions. So before it happens, call 131 TIO or visit tiofi.com.au. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes are your business. Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
Boys, we've got a real big problem. It belongs to you, it belongs to me, it belongs to everybody. I'm talking about family violence. It's time we said no more to family violence, isn't it? Yeah. Think about it.
We've all got to say no more to family violence.
No more!
Family violence is a community problem and it needs a community response from all of us, and sport is a big part of that. But we can all do our bit by being more respectful to each other. Please make this year the year we say no more to family violence.
My housemate woke me up to ask where my car was. Turns out we left the front door unlocked. Someone helped themselves.
Protect yourself against crime. A momentary lapse is all it takes, even if you are home.
It's pure chance and quicker to steal keys than to hot wire a car. People make it easy and leave keys, bags and wallets laying around with unlocked doors.
Don't be the one to get caught out. A community announcement by TIO, Crime Stoppers and the National Motor Vehicle Theft Reduction Council.
So here we go into the last quarter. 2 points the margin. Tars up by that score. 4.9 to 4 goals 9 to 4 goals 7. We're set for a terrific finish here. Can the Eagles win their first ever women's grand final? Can Tars make it 5 in a row? We're about 20 minutes away from answering that question. Jared Eilert, how do you see it going?
Yeah, well, interesting to see what Colleen Gwynn would have said at three-quarter time, and we'll go down to Natasha and find out.
Tash, what do you got?
Yeah, Katie, Colleen Gwynn was talking to her midfield players there, just really asking them to get more onto the ball and go through the midfield there. That was a premiership quarter that Wanderers really showcased there. But, Katie, what were your thoughts and what do you think and who's going to win the game?
Yeah, I think the Wanderers really came out firing in that quarter. Got a few goals on the board, so some scoreboard pressure, which was really good. I think Waratah, if they can really slow it down and get the ball back on their terms and play some possession footy, I think they may, get over the line. I think they've got the experience and the level-headedness. So we'll see what the quarter brings. It's very exciting, and I can't wait.
Yeah, we can't wait for the end of this game, Charlie.
Good on you. Tash Medbury down there with Katie Brennan. Jared, quickly, who wins from here?
Yeah, look, I think I like Wanderers at the moment. The breeze has dropped down, like Melissa said, and they've just got a bit of spark about them.
Melissa, you like what you're seeing from the blue team?
Yeah, I think with those two tools forward, I think they're looking dangerous.
So, Waratahs, what can they dig out after 5 premierships? Can they get another one? Abby Holmes lifted in that third term. She's got it again. They get to her. She loses the footy. Spills into the hands of Savannah Motlop. Kicks it down towards the half-forward line. It's a bouncing ball. Puts it out in front of Baiting on the charge. Baiting couldn't get it. Here's the dangerous Rivers. Rivers with it in front of her. Oh, a little bit of a trip there on Lisa Roberts. Goes to ground. Ball held up. Umpire's going to come in and ball it up, I think. Yes. Had to. No free kick in there for anyone. Every second counts, every minute counts.
Every clearance, Charlie, and Wanderers won that one to start the quarter.
Emma Clee's tap down was good. Down towards Abby Holmes. Left it behind. Eagles get there. Handball came back out into the hands of Thompson. Thompson's been good today. Kick over the top. Cut off there by Tars. That's a great kick. That was kicked deliberately to Abby Holmes. One peep bang, kicked it straight to her. And so Abby Holmes has it now backward of the centre circle for the red and whites.
She's got no one to kick it to.
She's going to go searching for and finding.
Take that back. She kicked it to space.
Amy Chittick, who ran to it and then loaded up and kicked. Chittick, who kicked a great goal in that second term. Ball here straight into the hands of Purantata Mary. Gets into space, kicks, and the rolling ball goes off to the left. True for a minor score. They've had their chances, haven't they, Melissa?
Yeah, really direct with their play there. I think that's what you find. Wanderers do a bit differently. They kind of spread out and makes it harder for their forwards to have a shot on goal, but so direct there, Abby to Chittick and straight in.
Pretty sure I saw Purantata Mary take a bounce there. I reckon if she just ran, took a few quick steps and steadied, she would have much more chance of kicking the goal. And we see that a lot with the Tiwi girls, Charlie.
Yeah.
We've got a few of them that play for St. Mary's. They like to take 2 steps and bounce it. Drives me nuts.
Now, Smith had the kick. She kicked it out of bounds on the full-back. Amy Chittick asked the umpire whether it was her kick. Indeed, it is. So she's going to kick from outside the field of play. It's a very tough kick. She lines up and she kicks and she puts it right into the teeth of goals. Purantata Mary, thank you very much. Christine Purantata Mary answers the comment that Jared Eilert just made and bangs through a goal. Take that, Jared.
Oh, absolutely, and I'll eat my words because that's one of the great things about the Tiwi girls. They can kick goals, but great setup by Amy Chittick to get it to the hot spot. Like I said, field position. You get it there, you're going to have chances of kicking goals.
Well, it's a big goal, isn't it, Melissa?
Yeah,
how important is that in a grand final?
Great start to the last quarter and edges them out. So Wanderers obviously need 2 goals to be able to get back in front.
Wow, hold on to your seats. Don't leave us. Don't worry about the washing. If it's in the washing machine, it'll be okay. Get to it a little later on. Forget the lawn mowing. 5-10 to 4-7, 3 minutes gone, final term. Women's footy match here. Tars and Wanderers locked in a deadly battle. The prize is a big one. Emma Clee with the tap. Did pretty well. Got it to ground, emerging with the footy. Lisa Roberts goes forward. Great mark taken, Nolda. The big guns are standing up for the red and whites. Here's Nolda. Loads it up, down forward. Martin at the front of the pack. Got to it. She couldn't get it. Left on the ground. Puruntada Mary left behind. Martin gets to the footy, she can't get it. Martin gets there again. Third effort, fourth effort from her, good. She's not going to be rewarded. She worked her heart out there, did Brianna Martin, and she kept the ball where Waratahs need it.
And we see Nolda too playing forward as well, so another couple of changes on the Waratahs ledger and paying dividends.
Clee tapped it down. Good kick out of defence, Davin, up towards the wing. Ball lands on the ground. Little kick off the ground. The Eagles go out towards the boundary line. It rolls over off the boot there of Coombs.
The fitness levels from both teams are going to be tested in this last quarter, Charlie. It's so tight. Who's going to have the superior fitness and discipline to run?
Clee's been terrific. She wins the tap down yet again. Diving on the footy down there was Abby Holmes. Scramble kick came out of a pack. Down towards the half forward line. Little push from the back was done cleverly there by Boyd. For the Eagles, back towards the boundary line. There's a push out. Umpire says it's all okay. Handball over the top in the direction there of Barber. Hard work comes Harper. Kick under pressure is going to kick it out of bounds on the full, and the Eagles are going to mount some pressure from here.
And strong body work there by Halkitis for Wanderers.
So this kick from a long way out, not within scoring distance. But it's with Thompson. Be very good for the Eagles today. Here she goes with a kick. Penetrating kick down towards the pocket. Good work, the Warriors in defence. Bring it out. Searching for Sue Nolda, who was in front. Ball left behind. Hard run at it there. Came from Bading. Bading went second time. Trying to get free there was Palmer. Got the kick away okay. Little kick out of the pack was very good by Waratahs. Down towards Chittick. She's got two to beat Chittick. She couldn't beat them both. Wanderers win the kick, set it back to a pack of Eagles, got right back over the top. Tars with the punch away in the direction there of Lauren Motlop. Onto her left boot, curled it around the corner, sent it down towards the half-forward line, only to find Abby Holmes there. Up towards the wing she goes. Foley comes away with the footy, spears it up the half forward. Here's the dangerous Christine Puruntada Mary. Can she get to it? No, she can't. Now she can. Taps it out cleverly. Gave it off towards Foley. Foley went looking for it. Can't get it. She's on the ground. She gets up. Gave it to Puruntada Mary. She can give the handball off. She went with the little kick. She made it hard for Chittick. Chittick's been pushed in the back and will get the free kick. It's too high, and Amy Chittick a chance at a crucial moment in the game to extend the lead for the Warriors.
The Warriors just pushing all their numbers behind the football, so when they won the football, they had to push up in waves to try and get over the wall that Wanderers were setting up, and they've done that pretty well.
Chittick from a long way out, she loads up and she kicks, and she misses out to the right. Minor score. She got the distance all right, Melissa.
Yeah.
She just was off target.
The red hot contest at the moment.
Great football.
5-11 to 4-7. Wanderers trying to break the drought. Fifth 2 years ago, third last year. Worst they can finish is second. This is not going to make it any easier for them. That was a super mark, wasn't it, from a pack of players. And there's been a bit of this today when the opposition have kicked in. The other team can take a strong mark, and Angela Foley, who kicked a goal in the second term, grabbed that one.
She just read it better, didn't she?
So she's looked out to her right. What's she looking at? Some advice from her coach?
I think there'll be some words from the opposition.
Kick it between the big ones. Kick it between the big ones. And she doesn't. She misses. And another chance, Melissa, for the red and whites goes begging.
Yeah. Well, again, they've set up this wall, which Wanderers are finding it hard to get it over. So let's just see what happens here.
They have this second line of the wall, if you like. Here it comes. Plenty of players there. Knockdown was good. Warriors get to it under pressure. Spillage goes there. Wanderers get to it. Taylor scrambles the kick away, was good. Put it out in the direction of Desard. She can't get to it. Rolls to the boundary line at the 50-metre line. 7 minutes gone down to Tash and Katie Brennan. Tash,
Yep.
it's set beautifully, isn't it?
Oh, it's red hot down here, Katie. Who do you reckon, Waratahs?
Yeah, Waratah started really strong, so if they can hold on, they've had a few missed opportunities within their forward 50, but I think if they can get a few goals on the board, they'll have this in the bag.
Gee, Emma Clee's been good in the ruck, I reckon. She's been terrific today. Here's Abby Holmes working her heart out, gets to the footy, somehow got it out. Eagles tried to kick it off the ground, off the boot of Coombs. From the edge of the square. Down towards Emma Clee again, didn't get it. A little bit of holding on, umpire lets it go on. Desperate work from the back there, Palmer. Tars seem to have players in the right position. Gets to Abby Holmes, bounces nicely for her, wheels around onto that right boot, looks at the goal line, spears it in. They've got players back there in defence. Can they get to the loose footy? They're forcing it down towards the goal line. They do have the numbers. Wanderers under enormous pressure here. Ball held up. The umpire's going to have to blow the whistle and says nothing there. We're going to have to throw it up.
No one giving anyone an inch.
Well, gee, you just get the feeling if Tars can kick a goal here, it's going to be extremely difficult for the Eagles to get back into it. Their big quarter was the third one, and that effort has been evaporated by the onslaught of the Tars here in the early stages of the final quarter. Ball held up again. Tars somehow, Melissa, are thinking, maybe hoping for a free kick out of these tackles down here.
Yeah.
Because teams do get desperate. You're a defender, you've got desperate down there, Melissa, I'm sure.
Yeah, when it comes in that many times, I think the Wanderers defenders will be getting desperate.
Here's on the boot of Lisa Roberts, goes to the top of the goal square, off hand through for a minor score. Gee, the chances are drifting away, but they may get an even goal now, I reckon, the difference. We might get a draw here at full time, Jared.
Well, just looking at the body language, Wanderers are normally up and about, but they don't seem to have too many options to kick into.
That's a good mark. Gee, Angela Foley. I don't know, if I'm kicking in, I'll tell you what, I will not kick where Angela Foley is out of defence. It's a goal, the difference, 5-13 to 4-7. Foley spearing at it. Martin on it, couldn't get it, rolls towards the boundary line, scoot back in play, somehow found its way through for a minor score. So Wanderers have to kick a goal and some more to win it now. 5-14 to 4-7, 10 minutes gone. Eagles with the kick out wide. Oh, that's the perfect bounce, isn't it?
Great tackle.
And gone. You just can't do that. You're going to be pinged, and you're pinged then.
It was a good decision to kick out on the opposite side where there's a bit more space and obviously away from Angela Foley.
Nice strong mark taken there. That was heard. Out in the direction of Harper. Harper with it in front of her, can't get it towards the boundary line for a throw in. So they've forced it up now, the Eagles, just past the centre line, up towards their half-forward line, 10 minutes gone. 5-14 plays 4-7. 7 points the margin. A goal and a bit required for the Eagles to score their first ever premiership. David Tottam, the coach, desperate for a bold showing. He's got it already. He needs a little bit more from them. What have they got left in the tank? The Warriors with the ball out on the wing, backward of the wing. Scramble of players over the top. Umpire's going to have to ball this one up as well. Are you happy with tactics like this, Melissa? Just stop it, stop it, stop it?
Yeah, well, if you're Waratahs, you're happy with that, aren't you, while you've got the lead, but Wanderers really want to get the ball moving and get some, obviously, some forward entries.
Busy player there in Coombs was good. The runner is Johnson. Round the wing she goes, kicks it inside. And the Eagles will get there and somehow got it out. It was a good effort. Kicked forward, gets right over the top, back towards the boundary line, chased out towards the boundary line by Davin. Hotly pursued out there by Foley, I think it was, went with a dangerous Davin, and Foley with the job on her to keep her out of the contest.
Foley's everywhere at the moment, Charlie, and I was just about to say, Chevalier for Wanderers have been sort of stuck up forward line with no real action, so the coaching staff are going to have to weigh up whether they keep her there, because she's pretty dangerous when the ball comes in, but I don't think she's getting enough supply at the moment.
She's doing some ruck work down there now, Chevalier.
What did you get in the tunnel?
So nothing there yet. They can't get clear. Now the kick off the ground. And Wanderers win it. Chance for a mark here? No. Good work in defence. So they'll settle it down, Tars. And they're showing the signs of an experienced team, aren't they, Tars?
Yeah,
settle
definitely.
the game down.
Yeah. I think it's a real mental game at this stage when obviously you're getting really tired, and for Wanderers you're behind a couple of goals, so that will to keep running and chasing, yeah, it's a real mental battle.
Played in the grand final, Melissa?
Yeah, a couple.
Yep. Were they premierships?
Yeah, we've at Darabin we've won the last 3 in a row. So,
okay.
Yeah, and then I think won 3 a couple of years before that as well. So
Okay.
yeah.
Very modest, Charlie. On the last 3.
Only 3. So here, Wanderers have got it out on their half-forward line. They'll kick inside the 50-metre line. Tars need to get it out of there. And this time they get it out in towards Harper. Got her hands on it, couldn't complete the mark. She did pretty well, Harper. Desperate kick off the ground. I don't think it went out of bounds on the full. No, it didn't. So they've forced it away from the danger areas, the Warriors. 13.5 minutes gone. Terrific match here. 1-2 apiece at quarter time. 4-8 to 1-2 Tars at half time. 4-9 to 4-7 after the Eagles kicked 3 goals in the third term to get within 2 points. Now the Warriors with a goal in this last quarter have stretched the lead out a little bit more. 5-14 to 4-7. Desperate again, hold it up. Sorry, Jared.
You should see Waratahs. As soon as the ball goes forward, their midfield and their backline players are pushing hard to fill the space. So at the moment, all the sort of body language indicates that Waratahs have got a little bit more in the tank.
Kick to Emma Clee, takes a strong mark, and then what is she threw it away now? I don't know what happened to that. She marked it and then threw it, did she? So she's given it away, and they've got the chance here, the Eagles, to bring it forward. Chevalier comes out, front position. Emma Clee with the tap to ground. Wanderers laying some pressure on here. Can they get themselves into some space and kick a goal? They've got runners getting to the footy. Oh, the tackle was really good to hold up to Starge, but she's going to get the free kick. Umpire said what, it was too high, Melissa, you saw it?
Yeah, too high.
So Sarge here from not a tough angle. She's a good kick of the footy. She goes back and she swings it away. So it's an even goal, the difference.
And she struck it well. It just kept coming to the left, didn't it? They can lock it in here, Charlie, and get some forward line pressure. Get another shot at goal and convert. It's a red-hot game.
So Eagles desperate for the footy now. They can pick it up on the charge along the boundary line. That was a massive tackle put on there. I think she's going to draw the free kick, Abby Holmes. Wow, what a tackle that was on Boyd. She nailed her along the boundary line. She's been desperate today. Abby Holmes, another great performance from her in a grand final. Emma Clee, terrific today. Kick up towards the wing. Chittick pushed out of it. Ball into the hands here of Desarge. Kicks it up towards half forward. Strong mark in defence. Well done, the Warriors. That's a strong, solid mark there by Hurd. So to the middle, and some busy work down there by Thompson. Good today, Thompson. Lauren Motlop, good. Ball held up here at the 50-metre line. Desperate defensive work. The kick out wide came off the boot of Ward. Eagles just running with the footy and left it behind. Desperate tackling there. Harper did pretty well. Dived on the footy. The umpire says I'll ball it up.
A lot of tired players out there at the moment, Charlie, and just a byproduct of how the game's been played on the wings. And they've had to do a mountain of work to try and get the ball forward. And a lot of players sort of walking, hands on hips. So if Wanderers can get a spark, it's only a couple of kicks in it. Set up for a red hot last sort of 3 or 4 minutes.
We wonder who the best on ground will be. There's been a number of really good players out there today on both teams. We tick up to 17.5 minutes. It's just a goal, the difference. What Wanderers, of course, want to do is get it down there, Melissa, kick a point.
Yeah, they've
keep the ball down there and then
couple
kick
of
a goal.
minutes of possession, and they just haven't been able to penetrate that forward 50.
Oh, the busy Foley Did very well down there. Sue Nolder terrific today as well. Here's Nolder with the footy. Just couldn't quite get clear with it. Handball came out from Rivers, who's been a real find for them today. Kicks it to the middle of the ground. It's a bouncing ball. Abby Holmes onto it. Holmes gets it. She slung away, got the kick away, found it to a teammate. It was desperate work from her. The kick for Emma Clee. It sits out in front of her. Can Clee get to it? No, she can't. She could provide the shepherd if she can get there. She can't. The Eagles were too good for them, and they win the kick, but they've turned it over again. And they can settle it down here, Tars. Wow. 18 minutes gone. This was the score when they played a couple of weeks ago. It was a goal, the difference. Emma Clee again, working very hard. Kicked it out in the direction there of Thompson. Eagles with the kick to the middle of the ground. It bounces. Handball came out towards Lisa Roberts. Roberts' kick high to the forward line. Abby Holmes at the back got high, couldn't get to it. Knocked away from her teammate there in Nolder. Lands on the ground. Tackle was really good to stop the Eagles getting free with it. They kick it down towards their half-forward line. It's a bouncing ball. Tars have to take the chance here. They did it pretty well. Wanderers at the fall of the ball, can't get it clear. Now Tars can come away with it. Hurd terrific in defence. Looks up and sees Abby Holmes out in space. Abby Holmes on the charge. Gets to the footy. Keeps it square. Ducks ahead. Gets pulled around the head. Umpire says it's still okay. Clee with the footy. Emma Clee's kick. Christine Purantata-Mary at the back. Gets it. Can't get the kick away. They grabbed her and scragged her. Put her to ground. Terrific tackle down there by the terrific fullback in Telford. Great play from Telford down there. Held up Christine Purantata-Mary. Clee doing the work here. Taps it out. They try to get the kick out of the pack. They can't get it. Ball along the boundary line goes over. And now the Warriors have it where they want it in the dying minutes of the grand final. 19 and a bit minutes gone. 5:14 to 4:8. Goal the difference. Can the Warriors hold on? They're desperate for Emma Clee rucking. Christine Purantata-Mary couldn't get it over the line. In the way was Rivers. Rivers did pretty well. The kick comes out. It's all Tars back there. And sitting under the footy and taking a mark.
Last kick for the game.
It's all over. Tars have got it anyway, but there's a kick to come. What a performance. The Eagles are spent. It's a goal the difference. Can it be extended? From directly out in front, the kick is going to go right over the top. Oh, the icing on the cake comes off the boot of Nikki Palmer. After the siren, she extends the lead to 12 points. The red and whites are running from everywhere. Stunning win. They held on when they had to. Melissa Hickey, give us your thoughts.
What a fantastic game of football. Just Waratah is obviously just too polished in the end there. I think they were able to move the ball more directly and with more, I guess, more purpose into the forward line, which, yeah, resulted in obviously more shots on goal and, yeah, that scoreline.
Terrific end.
Great spectacle, great advertisement for Territory women's football, and hopefully all our viewers enjoyed that game. And Waratah certainly held their heads. They were under the pump in the first 10 minutes of the grand final, where Wanderers just came out and were super clean. And even though they missed a lot of shots at goal in the second quarter, where obviously they've kicked 6 goals, 14, they managed to keep their heads and their structure and got on with the job and come away with the result.
So it was a good win in the end. We'll wait for an interview from down on the sideline. Tash Medbury is down there. We'll go down. She may have the coach of Waratahs with her. They'll be very happy with this, Colleen Gwynn. She did coach this team to a grand final last year, and they got through first to the grand final this year, and they've pulled off a win here. Let's get down to Tash Medbury.
Congratulations, Colleen Gwen. Another victory, back-to-back for you, but 5 in a row for Waratahs, I believe.
Yeah, look, that's a dream come true. Everyone knows I'm not coaching next year, so I wanted to end off in a good note. And geez, the girls were tough today, and I said it would be physical, and they had to bring a really tough game and a defensive game, and they did it, and I just couldn't be prouder.
I seen you at three-quarter time. You went to your charges, the midfield. There wasn't many rotations through there, but they were so fit. And Abby Holmes, the second half of that game was just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, look, we didn't have rotation. We didn't have the players. And, there's been no secret that we really got hit by injuries this year. And Defence Force, too, took our two midfielders away. But the way they stood up, and some of the girls that played out of position for finals. And, look, just so proud of them. And Bet Prize game on the wing, second to none. And yeah, Abby Holmes second half, you know, she nearly got undressed out there in the last quarter and she kept going. So, you know, she's a gun, that girl.
And Lisa Roberts, we've played a long time with Lisa, but she's still going. She's still like a brick wall. Do you still get a bit itchy to play out there, Gwenny?
Oh, look, I'd love to play. I'd love to play. The body won't let me do it. Actually, I think if I went out, I would probably last a quarter. I think so. I'd snap something pretty quickly. But, you know, Lisa Roberts, you know, great captain, great game today. And really, I'm as happy about this as I was 5 years ago, and I'm just so proud of the girls.
I'm going to hit Michael Solomon up and ask him if we can have an over 35s division.
Yeah, I might have to get an over 50s soon. It's my 50th this year, so maybe we better get an over 50s. That'd be good.
It was good to see Becky Taylor out there as well. She's been playing since day dot, and she gave her it all. But bad luck to Wanderers, but congratulations, Gwenny, and go and enjoy the win.
Yeah, thanks, Tash. Cheers, mate.
Well done. Colleen Gwynn absolutely stoked with the performance from her team. They worked hard for it, and in the end they were able to get away with a pretty solid win, Jared.
Yeah, look, and I'll just go through some of the better players from mine. Waratah's Ange Foley was sensational from start to finish, and her work rate was up there, the best of them. Sue Nolder was sensational. Abby Holmes, as the coach Colleen Gwynn mentioned, that she's a workhorse. Lorenzo up forward for Waratah, she was quite dangerous for 3 quarters. And Amy Chittick, I think her work rate to just be there at the drop of the ball, to take the marks when she had to and push the ball forward was sensational. For Wanderers, I'm thinking Jaylene Chevalier. She was super in the ruck. She won every single tap when they put her forward. She was the difference, and she created so many opportunities. For Wanderers, Lauren Motlop, she just worked and worked and worked, and she had to. She had to drop back and help her defence. And she, even though she gave her a couple of 50-metre penalties, she was sensational. Morgan Johnson started on fire off the back line. She sort of dropped off as the game went on, but she's in my top 3 for them. Crystal Rivers, again, almost turned the game for Wanderers in the third quarter. And finally, Desachi, she just popped up every now and then. And she looks like to be a very dangerous player moving forward.
So terrific win here today for the Warriors. I don't know how long they're going to be before they can hold that premiership aloft. We'll try and share it with you as soon as it happens, but the teams are out there. It's always interesting to see. You can see there, our camera picks it up, the 2 teams all together with their arms linked. It's just a great sign in footy, isn't it?
Certainly is, and I know that both captains have an opportunity to address the group and the teams after a pretty hard slog of a match, and they do 3 cheers for each team. They do 3 cheers for the umpires as well.
So for Wanderers, 5th 2 years ago, 3rd last year and 2nd this year. They're on a pretty good pathway, aren't they?
They got some super talent in their team, and I think just structure, and the structure comes from training, and we know the Waratahs group have been together for a long time, and they've got a pretty strict and pretty wise coach in Colleen Gwynn, and when they get that amount of players at training consistently, they can actually work on not only fitness and skills but game plan.
Well, it was a great game of footy. Our visitors here, been good to have them with us. Melissa Hickey just down here having a look, plays for the Melbourne Demons in the AFL competition, and she's had a close look at it. Give us your assessment of the game, Melissa, and then we might get Katie Brennan on as well for her final thoughts on the match.
Yeah, it was just a fantastic demonstration of territory footy. I guess this is the first time I've ever seen it live and been able to watch the under-15s and then the under-18s and then obviously the women's here. It's just been a fantastic spectacle, and obviously it went all the way to the last quarter there with Wanderers having a cracking third quarter to bring themselves back into the match, and it was anyone's at 3/4 time. So yeah, thoroughly impressed with the standard of footy and the skills on display, and I honestly don't know how they play in these conditions. I've a lot of respect for the girls that played out there, and yeah, to run out the game as the Waratahs did. Obviously their fitness and their polish showed in the end.
Well, they're a happy unit at TARS. They were pretty dismal in the men's competition, but the women have delivered today for them, so it's a great win for them today, and just a great boost for the club who's gone through a tough time. They make their way towards the presentation area now, and if we can get a chance of them holding up that cup, I'm not sure that we can, but if we can, we'll certainly share that with you. But the Warriors are the winners here. Let's go over to Katie Brennan now. Katie, you watched it from down there on the boundary line. What did you make of it all?
Yeah, it was a little bit hot out there actually. But
yeah, sorry about that.
You guys were just relaxing up here in the aircon. No, but as Melissa said, just a brilliant spectacle, and it was a privilege to come and watch some NT footy, especially starting off with the under-15s and across to the under-18s and now the women's game. They're so tough at the footy. They tackle hard. They put their head over the ball, and also some great skills on display as well. So Wanderers came hard in that third quarter, and the Tars had their level head and their polish, as Melissa said, to finish off the game and to bring home the Premiership Cup. So on the whole, fantastic game, and it was great to watch.
I might just ask yours, and I'll also get Melissa's comments as well, if Jared might just share those headsets with her. What is it that territory footy, these women need to do if they are to be, an opportunity to play at a much higher level? What are some of the things that you've seen today that you think they can work on?
I think the thing that I noticed most was, I guess, a little bit of strategic planning. So, crossing the football over to the fat side and maybe even going back out of the contest rather than just kicking the ball forward. So that would be probably the main thing, and also just working on general skills as well.
Melissa?
Yeah, obviously you could see that with the fitness and the conditions that they play in, that the aerobic fitness, there's no issue there. But yeah, I think just in terms of positioning and where to structure up, and I think they probably could have brought the ball through the middle a few more times and squaring up rather than kind of going back and up and back down the same lines back into congestion. I think if they can sort of switch the play out into the open paddock and use that space and spread, I think just a little bit of a different change up in the structures.
And just overall, I mean, generally the kicking skills, the handball, the marking, obviously that's, a work in progress. You continue to develop on it, but where are they right now, do you think, in those areas?
I think you could see that there's standouts there. Obviously, as we mentioned, some of the better players, Angela Foley's and Abby Holmes and Chittick as well, I think, and obviously the Motlop girls, you can see that they've just got that little bit more time with the football, a bit more poise when they're in congestion. I think some of those girls definitely aren't far off being drafted, and it'd be exciting to see, obviously next year with the National League, how many of those girls and the partnership of NT football with the Adelaide Crows. I think it'd be really interesting to see how many of those girls get their opportunity.
Okay, and what's next for you? Back home? And
yeah, back to Melbourne. We've got a couple of exhibition games this year with the Melbourne Footy Club. We get to play Queensland, and also there'll be an All-Stars game against the Bulldogs later on in the year, and back to our local club Darebin in a month's time.
Well, I've got a feeling here Abby Holmes might have won the medal for best on ground. What do you make of that?
Yeah, fantastic. She played really well, and obviously, as we saw, she started out of she played out of the middle, out of her normal position, and yeah, she was fantastic.
She just gave it her all day today, didn't she, Abby Holmes? She's down there now getting presented with the medal for best on ground. She's been a super player. Katie, what's next for you and when you get home back to those mighty Western Bulldogs?
Yeah, well, we've actually got an academy game tomorrow, so that'll be our first game, or my first hit out for the season, just coming back from injury. So the thing to look forward to is I guess, playing for Darebin through the regular season, starting at the first weekend of April, and then with the Western Bulldogs, we're having a game against WA at Etihad in June, so that'll be a really good game. And then, as Melissa mentioned, the game against Melbourne, either at Whitten Oval or the MCG, we're not sure yet, in September. It'll be September 3rd, so that'll be a big game. Just between where the boys finish their regular season and start their finals, so hopefully we can get a few people in the crowd and get some vision on Channel 7 as well. That would be great.
All right, well, we're going to leave it there. Thanks so much for being part of our commentary team today. It's great to have you in town, Katie.
No worries. Thank you so much.
And terrific with you as well, Melissa. Thanks so much for being part of it. We wish you all the best in the future.
Thanks.
So Melissa Hickey and Katie Brennan have come along to join us here. Jared, as they go through the medals here, they're going to go through all of these players, so we probably won't be here to be able to give you that cup being held aloft, but they're going to go through this whole process first. And congratulations to Waratahs.
Absolutely. I might quickly go through the goal kickers, Charlie, because you haven't done that yet. Yep. But 2 goals to Amy Lorenzo for Waratahs. Obviously, Christine Purantadamiri with her goal in the last quarter. Amy Chittick with 1, Nikki Palmer 1, and Angela Foley with 1 as well for Wanderers. 2 goals to Jaylene Chevalier in a brilliant game for her in a losing side. 1 to Callista Boyd, 1 to Savannah Motlop, and that rounds out the goal kickers.
So the final scores, it favours the Warriors. They got home in the end with a goal after the siren and won 6-14 to 4-8 in a terrific game of football here. Jared, you right with that score?
I am. Making sure, did I say Nikki Palmer? She kicked the goal after the siren.
She did, yeah. You put her in there.
I did, good.
Good
I'm
on you,
sure.
mate.
Can't miss her out.
Hope you've enjoyed our coverage of it. It's a victory here to the Warriors today over Wanderers. They'll be back next year. The Eagles, don't worry about that. And the Tars, well, their juggernaut rolls on. They are the team to beat. They set the standard high. If you want to beat them, you've got to aim pretty high. Well done, the Warriors today. Congratulations on being premiers in the women's competition for 2015-16. Bye from the TIO Stadium in Darwin.
Number 17, Belinda Beckley. Felicity Joe Ward. Number 22, Shannon Miller. Number 23, Susan Russell. Angela Perkins. Number 26, Roxy Morton. And her ninth premiership as a player and coach, Colleen Gwynn.
We've had such a hard year. We've got one of our players who is very sick at the moment, Tara Mary. We played for her today, and I know her sister played for her, and it was a hard game. I just want to say thanks to Wanderers. That was a great game. It was a really hard game. And yeah, look, women's footy, I think we showcased it today. But girls, I'm speechless for once. Thank you.